Hello everyone, welcome. Hope you all are doing great today. I'm doing fairly well as well. It's been a good week. Everything's going well with the job and everything. Happy, very excited to be playing Need for Speed Underground 2 in a bit. Regular first Need for Speed Underground. Ah gosh. Okay, maybe I'm not doing as great if I'm messing up the game title right from the start. But oh my gosh, it's been a really fun week. Really excited for a lot of things. First thing is it's beginning to get to the end of winter, beginning to get warm out. Actually, it's really a couple of days ago, went outside and it's like mid 60 degrees, and you go outside and it's this is scent that you smell, kind of like that pre-spring scent. And I'm not sure exactly what causes that. If it's like, that the farmer is getting their fields ready for the planting season, or if it's like the combination of like moisture and the soil finally like warming up and all the microbes beginning to do their things. I'm not as knowledgeable about that. But it's that pre-spring scent, like the first warm day in like early March, late February, for at least where I live. And it's that scent, and it immediately gets you into that like that spring fever like feeling. And it's really interesting that like how closely scent and taste especially are both tied to memory. It's I don't know why it's like those two scents, especially for me, like they just really kind of like bring you back to like certain key moments of your life, but it does. And that spring scent is one of them, where it just really kind of brings you back to like the school, like the elementary and middle school days of, you're getting on the bus to go home, and you at recess, and you're like, soon I'm not going to need to wear this oversized jacket, soon I'll be able to actually like run around and have fun. Oh my gosh, it is spring is coming soon, and it is so much fun. And even today, even when I'm like in my mid 20s as an adult, and I smell that scent, it is really, one, it's really nostalgic, and two, it really kind of gets me excited again for the springtime, for warm weather and everything, which is so much fun. But it is really interesting that like the scent is tied to memory. For example, there's one scent that brings me back to like a very like hyper specific time. And that's kind of like the smell of like your crab soup or your crab chowders, like your seafood type of dishes. Especially if it has like Old Bay in it as well, because I'm a Marylander. We are addicted to Old Bay down here. Just inject that straight into my veins. But no, if you haven't tried Old Bay, highly recommend it. It's really good, especially if you're not a big seafood person. Highly recommend it on French fries. Really good. But getting that scent of like seafood, like a crab chowder. It takes me back to like Christmas time of 2007. Because during that time period, my family was gonna have a bunch of guests over and everything. So we were doing like a big potluck. And it was like the day after Christmas. It was like December 26th. And whenever I smell it, I go back to that time period, because I associate it also with a very specific video game, Need for Speed Pro Street. It's a game I got pretty much like that Christmas. So whenever I smell like the crab chowder or whatever, I get like the feeling of, man, I should play Need for Speed Pro Street again. Oh, but it's really funny how that happens. But it was so good, and I guess it's also like a really nostalgic time as well, because during that time period, not that life's bad now, but like during that time period, it was just like a time of no worries. You're off from school, you're just playing games, you're hanging out with your buddies. Like it is, like the true, like carefree time. Oh man, but it was so much fun. But it's also kind of leads to like the favorite sense as well, because that crabs that, because that, even though I'm not a big soup person, I still quite like the crab chowders and everything. Basically because of the memories tied to that scent. But I also have like the other favorite scents, like, you know, obviously the fresh baked bread. That's why I need to always watch myself and like exercise immense amount of self-restraint whenever I go past the bakery in the supermarket, because whenever I smell that, I'm like, ooh, yes, please. Let me buy all of this. So I need to like really exercise the self-restraint there. But then also there's a lot of like automotive scents I love too, like the wet hot asphalt. Like after it's been dry for a really long time, and you get that summer rain, and it pours down on the asphalt, and then you get the steam coming up off of that. It smells so good. It's like it's like you're in like a sauna as well, and it's so good. I actually did a little bit of research, and it turns out that it actually has a name for that specific type of scent of the hot wet asphalt or hot wet dirt, and it's called petrichor, which I didn't know, but apparently there is a specific name for that. Just like there's a specific name for being thrown out of a window, which is defenestration. I think that's how you say it. But yeah, there is a specific word for the act of being thrown out of a window. Very specific. Very specific. But apparently, it's really cool that exists. And then finally, one of my other favorite scents is that classic, like that 60s, that 70s muscle car scent. You know, the kind of scent of like the old leather combined with, you know, like the high octane fuel, and like the sort of the older paint as well. It's interesting that different vehicles have different scents, like especially different ages as well, depending on the materials used and everything. The different ages of vehicles have different scents associated with them. A lot of 90s cars kind of have that like old fabric-y scent, kind of little bit of like a sweet scent to them. Modern cars have more like plasticky, almost like a box of crayons kind of scent to them, and it's just really interesting. Like because you sit in a vehicle, and eventually a lot of scents kind of like overlap over time of how you associate them with like different time periods. Maybe it's just how things trend, but it is still super cool. But yeah, no, I love like the 60s to 70s muscle car smells. It smells so good. I know it's probably a carcinogen, and it's probably gonna end up causing you to have a shorter lifespan. But like whenever like, you know, a muscle car, like when I'm at a car show, and I have the, like, you know, get to be by a muscle car and everything, I get to take the big. It smells so good. Anyway, let's dive into the game. Here we have Need for Speed Underground, our beautiful Miata. We've got a circuit race. We got a drift event. Let's start out the circuit race.
Hey punk, go figure. You're actually surviving.
Yeah.
Mine ain't gonna last much longer.
Oh, we will survive perfectly fine. Thank you so much, Kurt. Let's do it. Let's win this. Win this first try on hard mode. We got this. Alright, so we're in our beautiful Miata. Someone else has also picked the Miata. Great choice. Someone else in the Supra and Kurt in the RSX. We have plenty. We should be fine. The RSX isn't too strong a vehicle. The Supra's got good acceleration, but it is not the best handling vehicle in the game. The Miata handles beautifully, weaving mostly through traffic. Had a little light contact with the center divider there. Let's get some more lap records. Let's really shred the times. Pass all the taxis. Okay. Bye, Kurt. See ya. We barely even touched him. He's just like, oh no! The power of the Miata is too strong! Ah! But it's just sweet early lead. Very early lead. Let's make sure we keep this. This is a longer race, another 5-lap race. One thing I miss about older racing, like older arcade racer games, is that there is a bit more focus on like longer races as well. Like they don't need to have every race be the same like 3 minute length of a pop song. Like no, they can have the races be a bit longer, a bit shorter, however they want, and it adds a bit more to the variety, even if you're driving the same track, because it's different strategy each time. Do you conserve your nitrous for some of the longer races? Do you use it all in one go? How aggressive you want to be? How fast you want to try to go? You know, do you focus more so on pure lap time, or do you want to try to hold a little bit back in order to make sure that you don't make any major mistakes? And it's really cool. It adds a bit to the strategy as well. Like right now, I'm not going like at 100%. I'm kind of around like about 90%, just kind of making sure I don't like overdrive the car just a second. But it adds a lot of sort of depth. Well, that's a bit more depth than it otherwise would be. Like there, you saw I kind of held back a bit on the corner, let off the throttle completely just to make sure I had some space going around the blind turn. So I had a compromised line, and it's just a lot of fun. I wish newer racing games would have a bit more variety in the number of laps and the what type of events you're doing and everything. Because the early black box games, they had a really good variety of like types of events you do, and all of them are equally like sort of viable as as something to kind of grind or something to do and enjoy the game. Like it isn't you there are all these events, but really the only thing you'll be doing in the actual story is like point to points or circuit races. Like that's not fun. Like the Need for Speed Underground 2, I think, is the best event variety, with everything from drag racing to drift racing, mountain drifts, street crawl, circuit events, sprint. Like it is so jam-packed with content. And I think that's why even today people still laud it as one of the best Need for Speed games out there. And it's definitely up there for me in terms of content. It is definitely one of the best. Although I think it's still Carbon. Carbon is still my favorite. Nice and easy. To make sure we sire the way through traffic, past the prison, past the industrial district. We're getting lots of points as well. No collisions with any traffic cars. I mean, we may have a chance to have multiple clean laps, as long as the light taps on the walls don't count as being dirty. Probably does, in which case, well, we've had a couple of taps on the walls. Nothing major, nothing that would cause us to lose points. And so many points gained. Also, I read earlier today, while I was watching the qualifications for the Bahrain Grand Prix, the first race of the Formula One season this year. Read today that the PlayStation 2 is actually turning 23 years old on this day, which is really cool. This console has aged incredibly well, and a lot of the games on it have also aged really good. The PS2 is like a legendary console, and even if I highly recommend people to at least attempt to kind of play some of the games that were on it, because I was thinking about it, and the PS2 library in general was absolutely huge, partially because it had developers even during the 7th generation consoles, the PS3 era consoles. They were still developing games for the PS2, which is really interesting. I guess because it had such a huge install base, the PS2, so many people bought them, which kind of led to so many developers making games for the PS2. But I was also thinking of how big the PS2 library was. It's just even the racing game library was absolutely huge. Like you had Enthusiast, you had Automodelista, you had the Juice series, you had the Tokyo Extreme Racers series, you had the Need for Speed series. Like there was so many racing games for the PS2. And it is so cool. I'm really lucky that like I was a kid during that time period, like a kid to like young teenager, because it really really was a lot of fun. It was a lot of really good games that I got a chance to play, like brand new as well. So it was within like the cultural zeitgeist of the, you know, the time period of the times. All right, nice and easy. Let's make sure we get lots of points here. Lots and lots of points. Let's try to actually double the opponent's score. I want to try that. We're getting close. Oh dear. Oh, that's a mistake. That's a mistake. Come on. Speed up. Well, don't worry. We still have time. We still have time. We can do this. It's gonna be a little bit tricky, gaining that multiplier back. There we go. There's that 5 times multiplier again. Downside is we did lose a little bit of time, a little bit of ground on the AI. Trying to get a little bit too greedy. So let's go a little bit. Let's go a little bit harder. Come on, we got this. We got this. Oh yeah, there we go. Beautiful. That should be pretty close to doubling it. I'm hoping.
Did you hear? Eddie's hung up his driving gloves. He says there's no one out there who's worth racing against.
Oh wow.
Until someone proves themselves, he's just gonna relax.
All right, Eddie has completely retired until someone can beat him. Win a Lost Profits car. Ooh, that's not aged well. That's not aged quite so well. Ah, a beautiful Miata. So good. Such a good drift car as well. It's really fun. Oh boy, here we go. Clutch.
Yo, Lucky, you got your rabbit's foot with you? You're gonna need it, cause I got some dope stuff under the hood now.
Oh, you got some dope.
Tell me how my exhaust smells from back there, sucker.
Oh, he's got some dope stuff in that front-wheel drive Neon. All right, number 5 spots up for grabs. Here we go. To be fair though, he managed to take that Neon very far. Like Clutch is a pretty good driver for taking a Neon all the way up to level 5 to spot number 5 in the rankings. Like that is very impressive. Up against a Civic, a Teggy, and a Neon. We got this. Come on, give me speed. Give me the speed. Oh, that Integra is gaining. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. That Integra was actually slowly catching us up.
Lucky for me, I'm out of the game, Holmes.
Aw, dang. We had Clutch retire. Poor Clutch. Sorry, buddy. But now we're ranked 5th in drag racing mode. Steadily climbing up the rankings. We got this. We're doing beautifully. We should be getting another tournament coming up soon, I think. No, oh, okay, no. This I remember now.
Your ride's
Samantha's
starting to
big
look cool.
tease.
It's gonna look cooler if you manage to win this next event.
Oh, I know it's coming up after this one. I remember. We're gonna have to take down Samantha after this one. That's unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. But there's our beautiful Miata. Here we go. Alright, I really enjoy the time trials as well. It's a lot of fun. Time trials in general I actually really enjoy because it's a good idea to just kind of, there's no rubber banding, you can't rubber band a clock, so it's entirely you and your skills only, which makes it really, really fun. Because it is entirely how good of a driver can you be, which I like. It's fun. Plus, also there's no one else on the road, no one to wreck you, except for yourself. So you just gotta make sure you don't wreck yourself. You just make sure you keep the speed going. All right, into the high-rise district, past the marina. And the waterfront, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful section of the city. Getting closer to the city center. Oh man, and this Miata is just holding the road. Yes, please. I'm loving this car. Miata is always the answer. And this Miata is doing a beautiful job right now. Absolutely shredding through the corners. Granted, after Samantha's after the race against Samantha, the game begins to really ramp up the difficulty by quite a bit. Especially once Eddie's posse begins getting their new cars. That's kind of when the crap hits the fan. And when the game really kind of takes the kid gloves off. Like, there's, like, almost no easy events afterwards. Like, it basically becomes super difficult. So this is gonna be a little bit tricky. Once we beat Samantha, I feel. Because as of right now, we've had a fairly easy run going forwards. But.
My upgrades definitely bump it up a notch.
Oh.
Take your pick.
Alright, I got Dual GT, kind of not great. Duo Tech, I like Duo Tech, that one's very nice. Got the carbon fiber on there as well. And Katana, I like Duo Tech. Duo Tech probably looks the closest to like an actual like GT style ring. Let's choose that part. There we go. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Alright. Nice. And here we go.
So, you think you're hot. See, I already done what you done. Ain't nothing special.
Oh boy. So, yeah. We gotta beat Samantha. This is gonna be awkward. Cause she just gave us a nice spoiler. She was super nice to us, for the most part. She did call us loser though, and called our ride. She called our Miata seriously weak, so we have to beat her now.
I trusted you.
And sorry.
Now you want to take me on?
Yeah.
See you at the street, punk.
We got this. Should be super easy. She's in a Civic. We're in a Miata. We've got this. We've got this one. I do feel bad for what happens to her car though, because the car gets taken by the junk man, and you get the angry kitty, the angry dead kitty on the side. Like that's adorable. Come on, here we go. A little bit of a nudge there. Oh, Samantha wrecked her car. Bye, Samantha. That was easy. Now we just need to shred through the city. Oh dear. I also like how, if I remember correctly, this is pretty much the exact, like, backwards route of the time trial. Like, we basically did the time trial, got the spoiler, and we're like, hey, I want to challenge you, and then she's like, oh no, you didn't. And then we're basically just going the exact opposite route of, like, the time trial. Going the other way. So now we're going right by the waterfront. Waterfront is a really beautiful area as well. A lot of the palm trees, lots of boats. They pass the marina here. And then you're almost immediately in the industrial district. Very interesting. How quickly the content of the city changes with just a few blocks. Very, very interesting. This is now by the train depot and the rail yards and all the factories and industrial districts. All right, little tippy tap of the brakes, get it turned in. And across the line. Booyah. Bye-bye, Samantha. You're gone. See you later. Beautiful. All right. Let's see one of the few cutscenes this game has to offer, where everyone is looking at us like, bro, why did you take down Samantha? And then we get to see her car just being towed away in the truck. Like everyone is judging us. All right, here we go. Oh, this race. This one is actually really, really difficult. Enjoy this city skyline.
I guess you took up racing because you got no hope with the ladies.
Bruh. He is coming at us hard. Those are fighting words, Todd. And we're gonna beat you. So here we go. Enjoy the city skyline. If I remember correctly, we are gonna be racing against at least one skyline in this race. And the skyline's one of the faster drag cars because it's got the all-wheel drive and it's got a massive, massive power. So I'm hoping. Yep. Okay. 2 4-wheel drive cars and a 350Z. This is gonna be difficult. Oh, this is gonna be difficult. Come on. Yeah, I gotta hope they wreck right now. Major cross traffic, hopefully. Ah, nope. Okay. They managed to avoid that. Oh boy, this is gonna be tricky. Nope. Okay, I'm too busy watching my tachometer, my tachometer. Come on. Shoot. Oh, that was huge pile up. Oh, we got a good start too, and then Todd ruined it. Come on. Give us the speed. Drag racing right around this time period, like when you begin to really kind of get into the faster leagues. Oh, it is difficult. It is tricky. Come on, pass the van. Okay. Whew. Good. Give me the skyline. Wasn't our best run, but it was still good. Beautiful. Got the skyline. I wonder because one of the skyline drivers is called Kaz, which is a nickname for Kazunori Yamauchi. I wonder if it was a reference to like the Gran Turismo games, because Kazunori Yamauchi is a big Nissan Skyline fan, and I was wondering. I wonder if that was like a cheeky reference or not.
Hey, bro, knew you were gonna contend, but it's pretty weak that you turned on Samantha.
We need to go to the top, you know? We gotta beat everyone, including Samantha. Samantha's a racer too. She knew the risk. Okay? Come on, we're fine. Alright, drag tournament. This is gonna be a little bit tricky. This is gonna be just a little bit tricky. Drag racing right around this level begins to get really, really difficult. Alright, we're up against. Alright, Tiburon, we can beat that. We can beat an Integra. We got a decent shot. Come on. Give me the speed. Alright, past the construction. Avoid the cones. Cones slow you down. We got this. We got this. Give me the speed. Give me the speed. Yes, please. and across the line. Beautiful. And that was a good run. Okay, we're up against a bunch of front-wheel drive cars too. That helps out a lot because the front-wheel drive is very slow off the line in drag racing. So we do have a bit of an advantage being a rear-wheel drive Miata. That is very helpful. Basically, in drag racing and Need for Speed Underground and Underground 2, it's basically four-wheel drive massively overpowers rear-wheel drive, which definitely overpowers front-wheel drive. But four-wheel drive is mega OP in drag racing and both the Underground games. That 206 got mega torque steer there. Come on, speed, speed, speed. You also kind of want to... Nope. Yeah, don't want to always take my advice. You do want to kind of like use the nitrous in quick spurts. Because you can get your revs up a lot higher, much quicker. So you can go through the gears very, very quick. And the faster you get through your gears, especially when you get to like the perfect shifts, you get more power increase as well, so it helps out a lot. Nope, okay. Couldn't quite get to all the way to the right. Traffic, lot of things you gotta try to avoid at close to 200 miles an hour. Come on, here we go. Alright, let's get into the slipstream. Okay, that's tricky. This is when it gets really, really difficult. Because you need to watch so many things at once. And that makes it just a little bit difficult. It's trying to watch everything at once. Watching attack, getting the perfect shifts. Watching traffic, watching cars behind you. There is, like I swear, they take up like 3 or 4 different lanes. So no matter where you are, it makes it difficult to avoid them. Like you need to go pretty much all the way to the right after that section. There we go. Over the box truck as well. Oh, that was tricky. That was difficult. That was very difficult. Alright, next race. Here we go. Alright, here we go. Yep, 206 Integra to be on. Oh, very fast cars, but we're just a little bit fast off the line. We got the speed, it's just avoiding the other hazards. Come on, give me the speed. Easy. Going downhill is a lot easier than going uphill. Because you can kind of, yeah, you can see the traffic a lot further. And usually once you're up to speed is when it makes the traffic more difficult to avoid. But usually by the time you're up to speed, you're past most of the actual intersections. So you just need to worry about the final intersection. When it's going back uphill, it's difficult because it's much more difficult because 1, it's harder to see what's coming up ahead. And 2, it's very, very difficult to get over and avoid cross traffic after the construction areas as opposed to before the construction areas. Makes it very difficult. Oh, good start. Can the game decide? Okay, we got spun and the game decided because with the drag racing, the game kind of auto steers. So the game tries to put you in like a certain lane. And if you're not, so you can't really control your car if like other opponents kind of cause you to spin. There we go, speed over the SUV. Can you imagine just driving through the city and seeing a car jump over top of your car? Like, that's gotta be truly, like, crazy. You're like, oh, wow. Yeah, Jim at work's not gonna believe that. There we go. Good run. Good performance upgrades. Yes, please. Give me the speed. Give me the upgrades. I want to get this car as fast as possible to take down Eddie. This is gonna be one of the world's fastest Miatas at this rate. Oh my gosh, this is so good. Alright, let's customize our ride. Oh yeah. Beautiful. The high flow fuel injectors, a standalone engine management system, so nice. This is the turbo package as well. Big turbo kit, more boost. Yes, please. Let's get the brakes. Ooh, even bigger cross-drilled end slider rotors for extra cooling, keeping the pads clean, keeping the dust off of the pads. Bigger calipers as well. Very, very nice. Look at that. They barely fit in these massive OZ Superleggera rims. This car is slowly coming together. Looks beautiful. Wow. Alright, let's see what events we got. Alright, round and round we go. That's gonna be lock rims. Moving on up, dragging on, and script the issue. We should probably do dragging on. 1 mile seems like 100 when you've got 3 tricked out cars on your tail. Yeah, this is gonna be a little bit tricky, but since we're already in drag racing mode, you may as well take down one more drag race. Get that knocked out. Hopefully. I am a little bit worried. Alright. Supra, 240SX, and a 350Z. Okay. Yeah, we definitely... Come on, don't use an nitrous on the jumps. Come on, give me the speed, give me the speed. Give me the speed, give me the speed. Oh, jump. Whee! Nice. So much fun. Oh man, this car is so fast. Nice. They did a really good job with the drag tracks as well in here. A lot of cool jumps, a lot of cool set pieces. Very, very nice. All right. Next race, let's do a circuit race. Yeah, one of the downsides though is, like I've mentioned before, but getting the Samantha parts early on means you can't really customize your car all that much afterwards, because then it'll reduce your star rating. So it does change things a little bit. Because you know, you can't. You unlock the rims, but you already have better rims, at least according to the game. Come on, give me some speed. Oh, the grip, the speed of the car, the power. This is so nice. And the final set of upgrades will be coming along shortly. Probably another like 5 to 10 races, where we get the last of the nitrous kits, the ultimate weight reduction package, and the upgraded suspension. So our car will really hug the road. Our car will hug the road so well. Oh, and the sound of this car as well is absolutely beautiful. When it's fully upgraded, like, it sounds evil in the level 3 tier. Like the turbo blow-off valve and everything, it is so cool. Give me more speed. Alright, onto the brakes. Easy. We've got this. We've got the speed. We're actually doing really, really well. The AI usually rubber band pretty hard on the airport track. But they're actually not doing too bad. Oh gosh. Okay, never mind. Hi there. You came out of nowhere. And goodbye. You're going back to nowhere. Alright, come on. Let's make sure we cut our corners, so make sure we get all the good lines. All the good lines through here. Nice and easy. Come on. We've got this. Easy. Oh, that was very close. Nearly caught that center barricade. That center pillar in the tunnel. That would have been truly dreadful. Thankfully, we're still holding on quite nicely. Easy, easy, easy. All right, through the park. Final lap. Here we go. We still got plenty of nitrous. Second place is slowly catching us up, but we should be good still. Like tapping a wall there. That's okay. Car's gonna have a few battle scars, but that adds to the character, you know? Give me some more speed, please. Oh, that Integra is slowly catching us up. I'm a little bit worried. That Integra shouldn't be going that fast. Also notice that this race hasn't had any traffic. It's made it very easy, so I'm basically focused entirely on racing lines. Oh boy, here we go, here we go. Find a couple of corners. Come on, you're gonna challenge me, you gotta do it now. Okay. That was very close. They took the shortcut through the skate park. Oh, 0.2 of a second. Well done, Spin. GG. That was a very close race. Speaking of close races, I was watching the qualifications, qualifying for the Bahrain Grand Prix this week, earlier today, and it looks like it may be, with the exception of a potential for a Red Bull dominance, it looks like the second, third, and fourth best teams are going to be really close together. Because you have Ferrari again doing very well. They're doing very strongly. A good number 2 team. You've got Mercedes doing really good in qualification. Hamilton and Russell qualifying P6 and P7. And actually splitting up the 2 Aston Martins. And Aston Martin is the big sort of surprise one, because last year Aston Martin weren't doing all that well. But this year, oh my gosh, they look to be the team to kind of be the most improved. With Alonso out qualifying Hamilton in the first Grand Prix. Of course, we'll have to see how strategy affects them tomorrow and everything, and see how they eventually finish, and how Lance Stroll's injuries, because he injured himself on a bicycle a week ago now, I think, somewhere in that time period. But it'd be really cool to see the fight between Ferrari, Mercedes, and Aston Martin. It'll be very close, I imagine. And it'll all come down to which teams are able to really develop over the season, and which teams are able to get the strategy just right, which may or may not count out Ferrari if they've managed to get their strategy team in order. To be honest though, I'm looking for a new driver to be like really supportive of, because before this year I was a big Sebastian Vettel fan. But with Sebastian Vettel, retiring at the end of last year, I'm not exactly sure who I should root for. Should I root for 2 of the other drivers, Hamilton and Alonso, that have sort of been within his generation of drivers, also all-time great? Should I root for the young bloods of the Leclercs, the Verstappens? I don't know. I'm gonna be. This is probably one of the first Formula 1 seasons that I'll be watching where I'm not actively like rooting for a certain driver. And I'm also just rooting for just really, really close racing. And I guess I'll have to decide who I want to have as my favorite driver after this season, or at least during the season. But it always feels weird when it's one of your favorites that, you know, that is retiring, because you're like, well, what now? I watched all their races and everything. Always rooted for them in the good times and the bad times. Through the Dubis Weltmeisters and the Spinalas. So it is a little bit tricky. Also, this Celica is going mega fast through here. I forgot just how much the AI rubber band on this course. Like, just look at the speed they're able to carry through that corner. That is like, I don't think I can catch them. Like, I'm gonna like do even like the cheatsy Ross Chastain maneuvers, the Hail Melons, and even then, like, I am barely able to keep pace. Dive bomb. There we go. Hey, it's street racing. There's no black flags. None of that. There is no time penalties. It's okay. The AI really like the rubber band on this track. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just the fact that the track itself is almost all flat out. But it is the AI really love the rubber band on this track especially. Very, very tricky. The Chinatown track. Alright, we got level 3 sides, because we just need level 3 front and rear bumpers to get a final, not necessarily final, but definitely a semi-final body kit built for the vehicle. That'll be a lot of fun, seeing how this vehicle looks when it's all upgraded, seeing the evolution of the car as we're going through. Moving on up, this will be against Chad, I believe. No, okay, not Chad. But we will be able to get the 4th spot in the ranking. Ooh, excuse me, 4th spot in the rankings. Here we go. Yes, please. We've got this. We've got this. We got this. We got this. S2000, that'll be tricky. The Supra, not so much. And the Sentra, pretty much a non-factor. Alright, come on, let's go. So make sure we beat that S2000. S2000 is going to be the one to beat. This is a very, very fast, very agile car. Good on the sprints. That's why Chad switches to it during the later part of the career mode. Come on, give me this speed. Oh, near miss. Good, good, good. I really like the sprint racing in the underground games. It kind of adds to that sort of neat, that Fast and the Furious vibe of point-to-point style racing. You know, you're racing from one end of the city to the other end, trying to avoid any police presence. It's a lot of fun. Come on, give me some speed. Lots of speed. Into the spillway. It's very, very gross. We'll have to wash our car afterwards. We've got this. We've got this. We've got this. Alright, come on. We've got second place right on our tail. I believe that's the S2000. Oh dear. Nope. Come on. Give me the boost. Give me the speed. Oh, it's a Supra. Oh gosh. Supra is actually being very, very challenging. Because usually it's one of the lesser, not very great cars in the game. It doesn't handle all that well in the game. But there we go. We're ranked 4th in sprint mode. Very, very nice. Alright, alright. We've got this. We've got this. High profile. 4. Giggity. Alright, takes down some hot fours and then form a 4th spot in the circuit rankings. Wallops down by the docks. We got this. hot fours. So all four-cylinder cars or four-wheel drive cars. Four-wheel drive isn't nearly as good on a circuit racing, but it is very, very terrifying seeing a bunch of four-wheel drive cars line up in a drag race. One of them is a rotary, so I don't know what this is, a 404. We do have the Celica and the Impreza though. Both of them are four-wheel drive cars. Impreza looks actually quite nice because despite it not being an STI version, it looks very, very good. It definitely has a bit more of that like rally-inspired, or rally/tuner inspired look. Really cool. Hey. Oh, well there goes the Impreza. That RX-7 is going to be really tricky. I say that as they completely bin themselves in the tunnel. Fine by me. Fine by me. Now let's cut through here. Avoid the traffic. Easy, easy, easy. Yes, beautiful. The car is just gripping the road. It's very, very, very good handling. Oh dear. Oh, that was very close. Absolutely threading the needle between the wall and the van. You could probably barely fit your fist between either one. And it's at this point though, when your vehicle is nearly fully upgraded, where the racing gets just a little bit too fast. So you're kind of almost holding on for dear life and holding on to first place because everything is just moving very, very quick. It's almost a little bit too quick to react to as you're racing through. Makes it just a little bit tricky, a little bit difficult. Easy, easy, easy. Oh dear. Oh boy. Nice. Okay. Good. 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 The chicane of the construction yard. Past the parking garage. Easy on the brakes. Easy on the brakes. We got this though. We've got this. Oh, this is very challenging. We got one more lap left to go. That RX-7, I believe, is right behind us. I haven't really been watching the timing too much. This is definitely looking to be could be a very close race between myself and second place. Especially if they come back with a vengeance. Oh gosh. Very, very, very close to the traffic. No mistakes, no mistakes. Just keep your lines as clean as possible. Avoid traffic. Oh boy. Alright, come on, final couple of corners. We've got this. To the right. Oh, that RX-7 is catching us rapidly. Come on. Cross the line. Woo. Good, 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 good. Very good. Alright, we're really slowly climbing up the rankings. We're within the top 4 in a lot of races, a lot of disciplines. Always really, really cool. Alright, high profile.
You want on their cover? You gotta win this next
Yes, we want to get on Import Tuner. I mean, come on, it's one of the few magazines that's actually still stuck around, I believe. Like Super Street and Input Tuner, I think, are like one of the few tuner car magazines that is still around. Come on, give me the speed. There we go. Oh, hi there, Shark Killer. Welcome to the stream. You're from Ukraine. Cool. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. This is doing Need for Speed Underground. A little bit tricky. Right now, trying to do some drift events in our Miata. Very, very powerful Miata. We're getting close to the end game. Really, really close. This is on the PS2 emulator. So it is about as close as you can get to the streaming the PS2 game. Unfortunately, there isn't a whole lot of PS2. There isn't a whole lot of capture cards that are compatible with PS2 that are really, really good. So what I do is I use a disc. I get the ISO file off of the disc, and the ISO file is basically just a like the image file, like the game file off of the disc. And I use an emulator to play that on PC. But it's about as close as you can do. Oh, you play the game on PC? Cool. Yeah, I want to eventually get. I played FR Legends. I have not played FR Legends. I'm not familiar with that one. I have to look that up after this race. But no, I've not played FR Legends. I'm imagining with being, you know, FR and everything, it's a drift racing game. Yeah, I do want to eventually play a lot of the black box era Need for Speed games on PC with mods and everything. That'd be really, really cool. Lots of points there. Very, very good. Good job, Isaac. Thank you, Isaac. Oh, it's on Android. Okay. I'm not sure. I don't have a really, really good phone to be able to play mobile games. But if there's like a PC port, I'll definitely be willing to check that out. Or if there's a way to get that on PC, I'll definitely try to play it. But unfortunately, I don't currently have a good phone to really be able to play a whole lot of games on the phone. Oh dear, that was a little bit of a tap on the wall. Oh, it's got a lot of like cartoony graphics and stuff. Okay, that's still really cool. Like I said, my phone is like 6 or 7 years old. It's a very, very old phone. I need to upgrade sometime in the near future, but a lot of other expenses first I need to do. So that is that's gonna be a little while before I can get a decent phone, and even then it's I need to look up like what software I'm allowed to put on any work phones, or if I need to get another phone specifically for that. You get a lot of unlocks for that drift event. Welcome to the stream now. How are you doing today? Hope your day is going really well. Plus also with the PS2 version of this, it is really cool because today is the 23rd anniversary of the PlayStation 2's release,
The cover of Import
which is really nice.
Ride looked like the meanest thing in the street.
Very, very cool. We're on a magazine as well. I like the gets the new RX-7. Cool. Very, very nice. Yeah, the RX-7 is a really, really nice vehicle. Do you prefer the FC generation, the 80s and early 90s, the pretty much the 80s RX-7, or do you prefer the 90s and early 2000s RX-7, the FD generation, the more rounded looking one? Because both chassis are really. Oh, you like the FD3S? Yeah, the FD3S is really, really nice. Because a lot of people like really like the performance of the FD3S, but I really like the look of the FC, the kind of more wedge-shaped look of the 80s. The 80s RX-7. So what is your sort of favorite features of the FD? Like what makes that, like, you know, your favorite generation of the RX-7? Is it the big power? Oh, it's the rotary engines? Yeah, the rotaries. Oh, I love the sound of my rotary engines. always sounds so beautiful. My favorite's the FD. Cool. Yeah, the FD is also, oh gosh, we're spinning. Yeah, I love the sound of that. Rotary engines in general just always sound so good. If you've ever seen like video of the Mazda 787B, which is their Le Mans race car during the 80s and 90s. Oh my gosh, that sounds gorgeous. It has a four-rotor turbocharged rotary engine, and it is loud. It is so loud, but it is so cool as well. Definitely. And NFL Legends gets the NA chassis Miata. Ooh, the NA is really good. Because a lot of people really like the pop-up headlights and everything, and it's really lightweight. It's a good drift car as well. My favorite chassis of the Miata though is the NB chassis, which is the one I'm driving right now. Miata-chan. It's the Miata in general is just a super cute car. I love my Miatas. Miata, to quote Donut Media, Miata is always the answer. Ooh woo. Oh no. No ooh woo. Miata senpai. Ooh. Yeah, no, I love the Miatas. The Miatas are so much fun. I want the Toyota Supra and FR Legends. The Toyota Supra is also a really cool car. A lot of people. What's your opinion? What's your opinion on the most recent generation of Toyota Supra? The one that's sort of shares the same chassis as the BMW Z4. I know a lot of people are sort of split on that. Some people really like it because hey, it's another Supra. Some people don't like it because well, it's not actually a Supra because it doesn't have the 2JZ in it. Not the R34 Skyline FR Legends. Oh, that one would be a really cool car as well. Although that one's no, they did make a rear-wheel drive version of the R34 Skyline as well. It's I think it's the GTS, the GTS-T version of the R34 Skyline. Looks a little bit different than the GTR, but it is still really cool. And I got the R32 as well. Very nice. Alright, we're up against the Subaru, the Mitsubishi Lancer, and something else, but that's already way behind us, so it doesn't matter. What the? That Subaru immediately stopped right in front of us. Abo Moon? I'm not familiar with what's Abo Moon. Oh, it's what a Skyline. Oh, it's a Skyline chassis for drifting. Okay, cool. Very nice. It's the Skyline. The Skyline's a really cool car as well. One guy before I moved out of my parents' house, there's actually someone in my neighborhood who had managed to import an R32 Skyline, and every time I would run past the house, it was, I believe it was a GTR. The R32 GTR that they managed to import to the States. And if you're familiar with US import laws, which granted those, even as a United States citizen, it is still very difficult reading up on those laws. Getting a car that wasn't made for the US market into the US market, even after the 25-year period, is a lot of paperwork. So he must have had to wait quite a while to be able to get that R32 Skyline in the States. Oh, the GTS is in Gran Turismo Sport. Cool. Very nice. Yeah, even the GTS Skylines are really cool cars. Just in general, I wish the States got more of them. Oh, and the GTR is oh, okay, so GTS is Gran Turismo Sport. GTR stands for Gran Turismo Racing. Cool. Very nice. I didn't know that. It's very cool. You learn something new every day. like earlier today, I was talking about like my favorite scents, like yeah, being able to like the certain smells, because I was talking about like that early spring smell that happens like sort of like the first sort of warm day in February and March, you know, where you kind of go out and you kind of smell like you get that spring fever feelings. I was talking about some of my other favorite smells. So one of the favorite smells is the rain on the hot asphalt. And I learned recently that there's actually a specific terminology for the scent of wet asphalt or hot wet dirt, and it's called petrichor, which I didn't know at the time. Like there is a specific word in English for that smell, which is really, really cool. Just like there's a specific word. They say privet. Privet? Privet is hello, right? Privet, I believe, is privet. Privet. Okay, yeah, privet is hello. Okay, yes. Sorry, I don't speak I don't know too much Ukrainian or any of those languages, unfortunately. I should probably do some. Please say oh dear. Lublю vodku. Am I saying that right? What is? Hang on a second. I want to see. I translated that. You want me to say I want to drink vodka. No, vodka's not bad, especially with like mixed drinks. It tastes. Certain vodka tastes pretty good. But some vodka does taste like angry potato water, depending on which ones you purchase, which ones you drink. There's. Oh no, I do wanna stay sober for this stream. Oh dear, I'll have to read that in just a second. Drag racing is just a little bit tricky. Come on, I gotta get within. Nope, okay. Let me read that. Please say Yalublu Yabatsa. Yalublu Yabatsa. I think I'm saying that right. I'll have to see what that means afterwards. But I'm not sure exactly what that means. Alright, come on, we gotta get up into the first. Oh, this is gonna be close. Come on, Miata. Miata is the power. Yes. Good. Oh no, the Miata is heavily modified here. Turbocharged. The engine's been fully rebuilt. High performance chems. High performance exhaust and intake. Very, very cool. They do make supercharging kits for the Miatas as well, which are also very, very cool. And there's even a an LS series swap kit available for being able to swap for like an LS series engine from like a Corvette or a Camaro into a couple of different Miata chassis. And you like the look of my Miata? Thank you. Yeah, it's very reminiscent of the tuner scene of the early 2000s. It's very, very, very cool. Although it is a little bit dated in the styling. I do try to make it look semi-decent, but even then it's not. It is still a product of the early 2000s. Have I played CarX Drift Racing? I do not, but I am familiar. I'm at least familiar with that one. And I just realized this game is actually really, really loud. My apologies. Let me dial that back some. Let me dial back the volume of the game just a tad. There we go, much better. My apologies if I was hurting your ears. I didn't notice that. That is much better. That should be a lot better. Alina Krushka. Alina Krushka? I'm not. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, we wrecked. Okay. Get it back up top. I'm not familiar with what that means. Polina Krushka? Oh, we ran over the starting girl. Yeah. Yeah, it is. With rear-wheel drive cars, you can kind of get the tail out a bit when you're starting to race, and you can run over. Polina from movie school. Polina from movie school? Huh? I apologize. I'm not quite understanding. I'm not quite understanding. I'm sorry. Yeah, we ran over the starting girl there. Sorry about that. Alright, come on, we need to make sure we maintain our speed through here. The AI are getting much faster. They're getting very, very quick cars. And that, I think that's the S2000. That is the S2000 is behind us. The S2000 is very tricky to race against on the circuit tracks. Please say, oh gosh. You're not making me say bad things, are you? You're not making me say naughty words. Hang on a second. I'll translate that after this race. And then I'll say it if it's not something that's like, oh gosh, we're being wrecked by the S2000. I'll say it if it's not something that's like really mean or bad. I don't want to say I don't want to say anything if I don't know what it means. So let me translate that after this race. We have one more lap. Very, very quick laps as well. Alright, here we go. Easy. Get on the inside. Beautiful. Alright, let me see what this actually means. Cheeky kiss with Polina. Okay, fine. Dursky said, oh gosh. Dursky silencia Polonii. Hang on a second. Zetsky Silucia Polonii. Close enough, I think. Oh gosh, what is this one? Polina, you're beautiful. Oh, thank you. Polina, yeah. I am sure I am butchering that language, and I am sorry. Alright, but let's get back to racing. Alright, we have a race against Eddie's posse. There we go. Do we have the rear bumpers unlocked yet? Level 3 rear bumper. We do not have the level 3 rear bumpers. We'll have to unlock the level 3 rear bumpers, but first we'll be racing against Eddie's posse.
Dude, you bore me. It's
I bore you.
Kick a cab. We'll get home faster. Yo, taxi!
Yeah, the Miata is an adorable car. Very, very cute car. Although I love my Miatas. Miata is always the answer. And the Miata is such a cool car. Very, very nice. I like the NB chassis Miata with the Mazda Speed version of that, which is a bit more modified, a bit more sporty, but it's still very, very quick. Alright, here we go. Is the Ford Focus a bad car? It greatly depends on which Ford Focus you were talking about. Base model early 2000 Ford Focus? Yeah, a little bit. But the SVT versions or the Focus RSs and that type of stuff, those are those are quite nice. Or even some of the more modern base model Focuses are a bit better in terms of reliability and all that stuff. But the earlier Focuses, the earlier non-sport, the non-like performance Focuses were weren't all that great, especially if they had an automatic transmission. That automatic transmission was a bit liable to break quite a bit. So the ZX3 was a sort of a slightly higher performance version. Was a slightly higher performance version compared to the standard base model Focus. That one, if you could get in the manual, isn't too bad of a, you know, of a somewhat sporty but still compact car. It still had a few issues, and the engine itself wasn't all that great at handling boost, but it wasn't terrible. It was a decent, budget, sporty-ish car. But it's for the price, you can definitely get a lot better vehicles. And again, at the time as well, a lot of American compact cars in the early 2000s. Some of them were decent, like the high performance versions were decent, but like the lower tiered versions, the low performance versions weren't all that good, and a lot of them had some reliability issues or rust issues. The Ford Focus definitely had quite a bit of rust issues where if in certain weather the car would rust very, very quickly, and you'd have chassis issues. I know, for example, the Dodge Neon. If you can get the Dodge Neon in manual, the car itself was like a cockroach. Kind of ugly, not that great, but it would last you a decent amount of time. It would rust and look horrific, and the paint would chip and fade, but it wasn't atrocious. But if you got the Dodge Neon with an automatic transmission, that automatic transmission may as well have been made out of glass. And then the Chevy Cobalt as well, not Chevy Cobalt, the Chevy Cavalier. It's very, very interesting because you see them out in like grassroots motorsports with the manual transmissions, but you also see them a lot in like the junkyards as well, because they just produce so many of them. So you can, and it's so cheap that even if they do break, you can repair them very, very quickly and very easily, which makes it nice. But it wasn't really until like the early to mid 2010s when the American compact cars really kind of came into their own and really kind of were able to kind of stand on their own and do well. Like the Cobalt SS was still a very, very good car, but the regular Cobalt a bit less so. The PT Cruiser was basically Chrysler made the PT Cruiser for being able to kind of bypass U.S. emissions laws, because it technically counted as a truck due to the chassis weight and size and dimensions and everything, but it had the same transmission and engines from the Dodge Neons. So you had a really, really tiny kind of underpowered inline four-cylinder engine trying to move the very, very heavy chassis, and a lot of times a lot of things broke on those PT Cruisers. But they looked kind of cool before people kind of realized just how uncool those cars actually were. Hi there, Todd. Wow. Best engine for the Miata. That one's tricky because there isn't a whole lot of good engine swaps for the Miata. The 2JZ might be a bit too big to actually fit in there effectively without cutting into the firewall. But I know here in the United States, there's the LS1, the LS series of engines. That there's like the flying Miata kits available for you to kind of be able to swap in an LS1 engine. And believe it or not, the LS1 engine is just a little bit lighter than the actual Miata, the original Miata engine as well. The True JZ is a very, very big engine. It's a double overhead cam inline 6. So yeah, it is a bit heavy, but it makes a lot of, oh gosh. Come on, spin around, save it. The True JZ is a bit of a heavy engine, but it makes a lot of power though. The big worry is if you'll be able to fit it into the Miata. The SR20 is a bit lighter. And the DET versions do make a decent amount of power, but at that rate, you're better off just you might be better off just getting one of the Mazda Miata inline 4s, and then just turbo of like the NB or later chassis, just putting that in and then turbocharging that instead. So trying to cross-pollinate chassis and engines with different manufacturers, especially with the Miata, may not work all that well. Oh, you wanna make the turbocharged engine noise? Okay, I will do that since you asked nicely. Oh man, that was still... we got one more race, and I believe this will be the last... Not the last championship, but this will allow us to get some of the final upgrades for our car. If memory serves me correctly. Not bad, cool, perfect. Yeah, I am not all that great at making sounds in my mouth. I do have a little bit of practice being doing D&D and Dungeons and Dragons and all that stuff, and being a DM. I can't. I'm not that great at making. I'm not that great at making car noises. Usually the game itself is better, much better at making car noises than I am. I am very not great at making car noises. But I am good at I am half decent at talking about cars. I enjoy talking about cars anyway. I pretend I know what I'm talking about. Oh boy. Easy. So, Shark Killer, since we're on the topic of engines, what are some of your favorite engines, just in general? Be it racing engines or street engines, JDM, USDM, European. What are some of your favorite engines? What are some of the favorite sounds? Some of the favorites. You know, all that stuff. So I've got a small list of some of my favorite engines. Definitely on there is the 13B for me. I love my 13Bs. I also really enjoy the LS series of engines because they're very lightweight. They got lots of power as well, and you get a lot of people. There's a lot of support, a lot of aftermarket support for the the LS1 as well, which makes engine swapping that one, at least in the States, very fun. Make lots of power. There we go. Cross the line. Beautiful, easy victory. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Surprised Chad did so well. So poorly. The Celica is usually a half decent car for racing. suspension, nitrous, beautiful. All right, let's upgrade this car. Final upgrades before any of the unique upgrades. Cool. Yeah, the LS engines are very, very nice. The 15Bs are very, I mean, there's a lot of really, really cool engines. There's a reason certain engines sort of become legendary. It's because of the sheer amount of aftermarket support and everything. And subscribe. Oh, thank you. Thank you for subscribing. Alright, let's lower the vehicle down, get the coefficient of gravity, the center of gravity lower as well. Super, super low. Did I say coefficient of gravity? Gosh, I'm an engineer and I'm messing with my terminologies. Get the big bottles of nitrous. There we go. Now we just need to unlock the rear bumpers. Get some of the level 3 body kits on the car. There we go. This should be a lot of fun. The car is gonna be so fast now. Oh, we got Chad's.
Oh, you want to take me on? Well, let me show you how the big boys play.
Oh boy, Chad's new toy. Oh gosh, we're at event 92 of 111. We're getting really, really close to completing this game. I just realized that. Like we've made a lot of progress in a very, very short amount of time in this game. Like we are going through this very, very quickly. All right, there's Chad's new S2000 up against the Skyline as well, and a 350Z. Both very, very, I mean, all three of them are very, very fast cars. You got the Skyline with the acceleration, the 4-wheel drive acceleration. But we should be able to outmaneuver it in the twisty bits. Easy. Easy, easy. Yeah, Need for Speed Underground is such a cool game. I do like playing a lot of the classic racing games and stuff. Actually, believe it or not, the PS2 today is actually turning 23 years old. Like that is really, it's so weird. Like because I have so many childhood memories. Oh, don't worry. Once we beat the first Underground, the next Saturday slot would definitely be Underground 2. Once we complete this game. Am I playing phone? No, I'm playing on emulator. So basically, I'm making my computer. Oh gosh. I'm making my computer think it is a PS2. Is sort of the layman's terminology of explaining it. And oh boy, we need to catch it back up with that Skyline. Yeah, the Miata had a big crash. Once you get to like this speed, it's very difficult to drive cleanly and to avoid traffic and everything because you're pretty much always right at the limits of control. Come on. No. Dang, okay. 360-degree entry. Yeah, that was not a good run. That was not a good run for us. We lost it right at the very end there. But yeah, the PS2 had so many. I was thinking about it. The PS2 has so many good racing games on it. Like even like the console exclusives. Like you have the Tokyo Extreme Racer series, which with the exception of the first one, and technically 0 and 2 are the same game. 2 was for the Dreamcast and 0 was for the PS2. But all the other Tokyo Extreme Racer games are PS2 exclusive games. You have Enthusiast, which is another PS2 exclusive racing game, another really, really good one. You have Automotive, another PS2 exclusive racing game. Like there's so many good racing games on the PS2. And that's not even including all the Need for Speed games and the Midnight Club games as well. Like it is just amazing. The amount of racing games that were released in the early 2000s that were just so much fun to play. Yeah, we gotta really watch ourselves through here, especially through the skate park. A lot of blind turns. So many blind turns. that was very close. Easy. Get it down in the third gear. We've got this. We've got this. Alright, fifth gear. There we go. Avoid traffic on the inside. Knew it was going to be there. Come on, let's get a good victory. And across the line. Victory. Yes. Very, very good. Very nice. Got level 3 spoilers, but we already have the unique spoilers, so that doesn't matter too much. Make it another nice drink of water. Very, very refreshing. Ah, there we go. Beautiful. Yes, perfect.
Whoa, you won the cover for Maxi.
We are indeed on the cover for Maxi Tuning. Very nice. The Miata is slowly reaching its final form. Got a couple races left. It's gonna be a lot trickier as we are going through. A drift duel, only Tanaka. All right, we'll be able to get to the third spot in the drift rankings. We're getting really, really close to the top of the rankings. And oh boy, I know what's coming up after this. Event 94? So with the emulator, it's a bit easier to set up compared to, and you can, I'm gonna go with the PC version because there are HD graphics mods and stuff like that for Underground and Underground 2 that look really good on the PS2 emulator. So on the PC. Whereas with PS2, there's only really a widescreen sheet that allows you to have allows you to use the 16 to 9 ratio without having the awkward stretching. So that so the PC version definitely has more mods available to really allow for HD graphics and better textures and everything. Whereas the PS2, it's only basically sort of changing base values that are already in the game. There we go, good drift. Very good, very smooth through there. The Miata turns into such a good, I say that, the Miata turns into such a good drift car when you fully upgrade it. Like, it just wants to slide so much. Oh, it's so much fun to get the drifts right though. Well, the only downside though is the tight hairpins make it just a little bit tricky because the Miata really wants to kind of fishtail quite a bit. Come on, get it to turn in more. There we go. Easy. Beautiful. Perfect. Ah, yes, yes, yes. Good. Very, very good. Very nice. Alright, let's see what the next event is. Into the Fire. Alright, this one isn't going to be too bad.
Nice job taking down Eddie's posse in that last turning. Number 3 in sprints is now on the line.
Smooth with the Miata.
Samantha ain't here to see it.
It's cool that like Jose and some of the other guys stay friends with you throughout the entire like game, even though you're rivals and you're racing against each other. Like, it's still really, really cool. Very, very nice. Alright, here we go. There we go. Easy speed, easy speed. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on, we got this. We've got this. We've got good speed coming through here. Oh, that Integra is keeping pace very well throughout this. It's got the VTEC. The VTEC has indeed kicked in, yo. Alright, let's make sure we keep our car nice and clean through here. Let's scythe in between the center dividers. Oh, the speed of this car, though, it's really holding the road. All the handling upgrades are really making this very, very. And an Acura RSX was a cheap car, and you've seen I got. Was it really? When I drive, it doesn't feel all that fast. It had kind of understeers just a little bit for me. But even then, oh dear, we should have taken a shortcut there. For me, it's always sort of like the forward drive and the short wheelbase cars that really allow quite a lot of good handling and good speed through the corners. So with the Acura RSX being a decent vehicle as well, it's a bit surprising. All right, let's see. Next event 95, Kurt's Killer Ride. This event is hell. This event is one of the most difficult events in the game. And this is an event that basically makes you want to smash your face on the desk.
Hey, I'd love to chat and catch up sometime. How about I wait for you at the finish line?
Oh boy, so we're up against Kurt in his RX-7, another RX-7, and a 350Z, I believe. I think it's a 350Z. It may be an S2000. But three vehicles that are already very, very quick. On the track that the AI rubber bands on the most, that's S2000. That's even worse. That is even worse. It's an S2000. Kurt cheats. Kurt and his buddies cheat in this race. We're gonna have to save our nitrous and just basically do a perfect race for 6 laps. And okay, good. Kurt's in the wall. Good. We got one other RX-7 right behind us. Come on, we are the superior Mazda. Yeah, the RX-7 is a good car for drifting. Got that rear-wheel drive power, lightweight chassis to avoid traffic. Come on, give me the speed. We've got this. We've got this. Easy, easy, easy. Perfect lines. We need to do this 100% as fast as we can. Oh, that RX-7 right behind us, though. That is terrifying. That is so terrifying. It's still right behind us. Gotta play. I have to get a PSP emulator working. I have to get that disc as well. That was close. That was so close. We nearly hit that SGV one. But I'll need to find a good PSP emulator, and to be able to get. I also have to try to get that disc. Yeah, it'd be cool to kind of check out some of the handheld racing games as well. From what I've heard, Need for Speed Carbon's handheld port had a truly crazy story. Where basically, from what I gather, you're like a murderer. Yeah, I'm definitely willing to try out some of those. Best driving skills. Well, thank you. I try. I'm not super great, but I will definitely. It's basically comes down to kind of playing this game so much you can kind of almost predict where the AI is, but even then, this is still very tricky. And if you're watching the timing screen in the top right, you're seeing that RX-7 is catching me up by about a second per second. Like, they're basically going almost double our speed. They are going very, very quick, very rapid. Oh yeah, there is 6 laps on this race. That is part of what makes this track. That is part of what makes this event so difficult. It is 6 laps on one of the cheatsy on one of the tracks where the AI really likes to cheat on. That also is against some of the fastest cars in the game with heavy traffic. That's what makes Event 95 the most difficult event in Need for Speed Underground. And right now, I am getting very lucky because the AI did wreck themselves out, so I have a little bit of leeway. I can kind of go at like 90%. Oh, fudge. I can go at around 90-ish%. But you see on the map the, oh gosh. Nope, bad, no. Okay, the S2000 wrecked too. I'll take that. But the other cars are rapidly catching us up. The 240SX is your favorite car from Nissan? Yeah, the 240SX is a really good car. It's got the nice little inline 4-cylinder, the SR20. Here in the States, we never got, at least not in the fastback version, we never got the SR series engine in that. We instead got the CA engine, the CA inline 4, which is a naturally aspirated truck engine. But recently though, people kind of found out that the CA engine also is very good at handling boosts. So people have been modifying the CA engine quite a bit now, and it's kind of turning into a sort of a cult classic tuner engine also. What transmission do I use? I use manual shifting transmission. So you can see I'm constantly shifting between like 5th and 6th. It gives me a bit more control. Plus also with the lighter Miata, you want to keep your revs, you want to keep your RPMs very high. Yeah, don't worry, I don't, with the exception of a few like really arcade racing games like the Midnight Club games, I usually try to do manual transmission. And the only reason I use automatic on some of the Midnight Club games is just because those games are so chaotic that it's very difficult to kind of time your shifts and keep control over your car. You're basically sort of hanging on as best as you can throughout the entirety of the race. And with there being so many hazards in the Midnight Club tracks as well, it makes it very difficult. So Midnight Club's one of the few racing games I do use automatic transmission. But pretty much most racing games I use manual. Or if possible, manual with clutch, if they have clutch support. Oh boy. Hi there. There's Kurt. There's Kurt. Kurt is right behind us. Come on, final lap. You know, Ramenstein. I know some of the songs. I'm not the biggest fan of them, but I do like some of the songs. We all live in America. America is wunderbar. I do like that one. I also like Du bist Hass. That one's really good. That one's one of the more popular songs. But I haven't fully delved into their discography. So some of the more lesser known songs I haven't quite listened to. I probably should sometime. Yeah, America. Yeah, that one's a very fun song. But just in general, some of the songs I like. Oh boy. Oh, first try. Oh my gosh, that was Sonic? I don't think I've listened to that one. Oh my gosh, we beat We beat Kurt in his killer ride. Yes, please. Wow. Oh. German sign. So I'm not listening to that one. I probably should. There's a lot of songs that I need to listen to as well.
Number 3 across the board. Not bad.
Yeah, it's good.
Got what it takes to keep going?
I hope. All right, let's get some unique upgrades for our car. So what is your favorite bands and music you like to listen to, Shark? Or at least what's some of your favorite genres? So I definitely like a lot like the rock and metal. I like to be fair, my music taste is kind of all over the board. I like a lot of like the rock music. I do like metal. I like techno. I like pretty much everything. In that regards. I like Eurobeat, vaporwave music as well. Very, very fun. Synthwave. But yeah, it's music in general is just always a lot of cool songs. Especially if you try to kind of dive into some of the more like the indie scene as well. Sometimes you can find some real deep cuts of like hidden talent and everything. You're like, wow, these guys should be bigger. And so you kind of become a bit of a supporter of them as well. Really, really cool when you find bands like that. Like there's oh gosh, that was bad. Off the wall there. Like there's an independent content creator who makes a lot of Eurobeat songs that I really like. It's called Turbo, and he makes so many good like Eurobeat remixes of other music, of like other songs, and it is so good. Oh gosh. Easy. Keep the car stable. All right, give me some speed. Give me some speed. Oh boy, easy. Gotta be careful through here. Gotta be very, very careful. Perfect. There we go. Dubis Toss. That one's really good as well. I like that song. Yeah, Du hast, man. That one's really good. I like the drums. The drums in that one is so good.
You ain't nothing but ordinary. Your car with a few of my parts in it. That's special.
All right, we're gonna have a very, very special car. Engine exhaust package, suspension package, turbo package, ECU package, NOS package. Probably do the ECU package. Maybe the turbo package. Get some upgrades on the turbo. Get some more boost pressure. Get some more spinny boys. Yeah, the turbo. Alright, got Dragon Slayer, Circuit Dust Off, Mistakes Are Costly. Dragon Slayer. Number 2's gotta happen. Alright. Drag race, here we go. Oh man, this is gonna be tricky. We're getting really, really close to finishing up here. We're getting really close to the end of the game, but as you get closer to the end, the more and more difficult it becomes. Alright, here we go. Speed. Oh yeah, here we go. Not good. The RX-7 from FR Legends is so strange. What makes it so strange? What makes the RX-7 so strange in FR Legends? Did someone LS swap it? Oh, it's got a bad car model. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, that's one of the downsides of certain, like, especially like indie developers and everything. It makes it really, really difficult sometimes when you're trying to get everything modeled correctly. Makes it a little bit difficult. Oh wow. Everyone wrecked. Perfect. Beautiful. But now we are second in the drag race mode. Partially because everyone else wrecked out. Made for a very easy victory. We didn't have to go nearly as fast as we did. Alright. Got the circuit dust off and mistakes are costed. We're getting very close to the end. Oh boy. Circuit dust off. 6 laps at the spillway. This is one of my favorite tracks in the game for the circuits. Very fun to drive on. Lot of fast flowing corners. Good mix of sort of industrial district and also very nice. Very nice. Oh wait, no, this is slightly different. Never mind, this isn't spillway. Slightly different. Still should be very easy though. Very quick laps. Sub 1 minute laps. Very good. Oh, the speed. The speed on this car. Yes, please. Give me some more speed. Also, Shark, just out of curiosity, what sort of car culture phenomenon of the early 2000s would you want to kind of make a return to like mainstream popularity? Because for me, I really want to see neon lights, like the neon lights under the car become popular again. Like that was just really cool in the early 2000s, because it kind of added sort of an extra layer of like color and vibrancy to the vehicles. Like nowadays, a lot of vehicles are all kind of a bit more dull, a bit more subdued. Like even if they got like the wide body kits and everything on them, they're still kind of a bit more subdued in terms of, you know, the graphics, in terms of like, you know, coloring and everything. Oh, you wanna see the customization from like the Too Fast Too Furious come back? Yeah, that would definitely be really cool. Yeah, like with that, like the neon definitely kind of helped with like the looks of those cars. It really added to the flavor of the vehicles, and it's really cool. It adds like extra contrast. Yeah, rest in peace, Paul Walker. Hopefully him and his family all, you know, hopefully he is resting well and his family is all, you know, at peace with what had happened. So about as best as you can hope for in such a tragic situation. Oh boy, easy. There we go. Got a scythe our way through. And Ken Block as well. That one is a bit more recent. I was shocked when I heard that, because Ken Block was essentially this generation's Dale Earnhardt Sr. You know, he was always doing so many death-defying stunts, just really sort of out there. You know, you kind of thought he was almost invincible, because no wrecks could take him down, and then to have a snowmobile accident like that, that's just shocking. Yeah, the Pegasus, he was going to be driving that at like Pikes Peak, if I remember correctly. I do hope they don't just shelve the car. I do hope they get someone else to drive it as well, sort of in memoriam. I think that would be really cool. 'Cause it was a really cool build that Ken had a big part in building, and I would love to see that come, you know, still be driven and not just sort of put up in a museum or something. But man, Ken Block had so many cool cars, so many cool builds, everything from the Unicorn to all the different, you know, rally cross cars. My favorite Ken Block car, definitely the Unicorn is up there. I mean, that's definitely an obvious answer, especially the version 1 with the naturally aspirated big block V6, sorry, big block V8, very, very cool. Just because it was so cool watching it drift around in Los Angeles. That one was really, really cool. I also really liked the Ford Escort that he did, the rear-wheel drive Ford Escort that he customized. Because that one I think would make a really, really fun, like actual like drifting car. And like if it was used in drift competition, like I think it would do very, very well. What about you? What are some of your favorite Ken Block vehicles? And what? Oh yeah, the Mustang, and the Huna Pegasus. The Huna Pegasus was so cool as well. Seeing what the. It came out of nowhere. Wow. Okay, that's new. All right, we'll have to redo. We'll have to redo this event. But yeah, the Unicorn is just such a legendary vehicle. It's just iconic. And yeah, so what makes the Huna Pegasus like one of your favorite vehicles? So obviously the Unicorn is just obviously it's definitely a shoe-in. But what makes the Huna Pegasus one of your favorites? Oh, the Zephyr Legends too. Cool. What's been changed from the? Am I waiting? Well, again, if Zephyr Legends 2 is just going to be on the phone, I probably won't be able to play that because, like I said, my phone is very, very old. And I usually kind of stay away. I usually stay away from mobile games as well, just because a lot of times they have very predatory monetization, where it's a lot of microtransactions, and I'm not a big fan of in-game microtransactions too much. But if FR Legends 2 is going to be released on like the PC, I'll definitely be willing to check it out because it seems like it'd be really, really cool. Please play on my own phone. Maybe, like I said, my phone is like 7 years old. It is very, very, very slow, and I'm not a big mobile game person. I usually like either console or PC games. So with that, I'll try to. I do want to kind of stick to those platforms of games, even if it does mean I'll miss out on a few potentially good games on phone. It's just yeah, I do know you want me to play that, but it's just like I said, I don't really want to play mobile games for a couple of different reasons. Like I said, one is the phone itself, and two, trying to get a means of playing that on stream. Just it's not something I want to try to do. It would be very, very difficult, I think. I want to stick more so with console and PC games, if that is okay. Besides, there's a lot of cool drifting games on the PC as well, like there's CarX Drift, and there's Kanjoku Racer as well. There's a lot of cool drifting games on PC that I do want to try out as well first, also. Alright, easy. Yeah, I do want to try that one, the CarX Drift. And there's a couple other like indie like racing games on the PC that I do want to eventually get my hands on and try out. So there's a lot. There's already my backlog is already absolutely huge. So many different games I still haven't played yet on stream that I want to play. And there's a couple games that I've played on stream that I do want to replay, but with like different challenges as well. Like I've been thinking. Hey there, welcome Neo. Hope you're doing great. Hope you're having a good day. welcome to the stream. I'm doing pretty good myself. Finally feeling really, really good after being sick previous week. The best JDM car from CarX is the Phoenix. Cool, I have to keep that in mind as well. Phoenix, I have to write that down. There's a lot of cool vehicles in the screenshots. But there's I was thinking about love the screen tune, bro. That's so cool. Oh, thank you. A lot of the on-screen graphics and stuff like that are home built, used in like GIMP and stuff. So on one hand it is a little bit janky, putting it all together, but on the other hand, like, it is very, very unique. It's got its own sort of vibe and stuff. I have been potentially thinking about commissioning some actual professional graphic designers. Bruh, that S2000. What the heck? That S2000 just rubber bands right at the very end. The Phoenix NX is the Nissan 240X. Cool. Very, very nice. So it's got cool customization as well. VTech is indeed kicking in. Why were we able to beat Kurt's Killer Ride, one of the most notorious events in the game, on hard mode, on the first try? But this event is the one event that is actually giving me issues. This is now the third attempt at it, and that S2000, I'm gonna wreck it. I'm gonna wreck that S2000 if they try to pass me again. I really like the FD-RX-7 as well. But for me, my favorite of the RX-7s is the FC generation. I like the more wedge shape of it. It's really, really cool for that one. But I've been thinking though, back to the game logs and stuff. I've been thinking about doing a challenge, because we recently played through Hot Wheels Stunt Track Challenge. It's an old THQ PS2 game, and we managed to beat it within a single sitting on stream. And I've been thinking, I want to try maybe to do a challenge where whenever the announcer says get some flames, which he does a lot, we need to have we need to drink some hot sauce. And I've been thinking about potentially doing that. FL Legends has the FC and FD. Cool. Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of racing games that have the FC in it as well. I really enjoy driving the FC. I enjoy a lot of cars though. There's a lot of really, really good cars. Oh, that S2000 is still right behind us. Okay, good. We wrecked it. Managed to put it into the wall. Release a little bit. That should give us a little bit of leeway. But man, that S2000 is very, very fast right now. I don't know how they're managing to just drive that quick, especially around like the hairpin here. It's like they're glued to the road and can just go full throttle. But it is very, very, very tricky. But I've been thinking as well getting commissioning like a professional artist, sort of help sort of redesigning some of the graphics on screen and everything. I think that would be very, very nice, because right now it's okay, but it definitely doesn't look, professional. It looks sort of amateurish. It looks a little bit janky. And I'm thinking about maybe changing that around. And I've been thinking as well with doing YouTubing and stuff like that. I'm thinking I should probably make like an own Discord for like subscribers and fans and all that stuff, and for the community to kind of like chat and everything. I think that'd be kind of cool. I haven't made one yet, but I'm thinking maybe this weekend of making a Discord for that. Oh, the Lotus Esprit. The Lotus Esprit is such a cool car as well. What is your favorite generation of the Lotus Esprit? Because the Lotus Esprit is a very long running car. I really like a lot of like the all the pop-up headlights on the Lotus Esprit. I really like the late 90s and early 2000s Lotus Esprit with the V8 engine in it. That one is very, very nice. It's got its own sort of like exotic look to it. It looks very, very sleek. The handling is very, very good. The V8 versions, the earlier versions with the inline fours, those are still decent as well. And I do like the one that was in James Bond, the bright white 1970s or 1980s Lotus Esprit that was featured in James Bond. That one is really, really cool. But yeah, all the Lotus Esprits are very, very nice. V8 power. Oh, finally. That was so difficult. Why of all races was that one the one that really gave us some trouble? I'm a bit surprised with that one. All right, mistakes are costly. Here we go. It's a sprint race, so it should be quicker. Good job, bro. Thank you. I appreciate all the good jobs and GGs and everything. Oh man, this is very, very, very tricky. But we've got this. Let's go get this sprint knocked out. Good luck. Yeah, thank you. We will need luck on here. Up against some very, very, very fast vehicles, including the Mitsubishi Eclipse, the Toyota Supra. All very, very fast cars. And of course the Celica. The Celica won't be too fast. But the Supra and the Eclipse will be very, very quick. The Eclipse is already right behind us. Hi there. Oh, a little bit of nudging. Oh gosh. Okay. That's caused us a little bit of a minor setback. We wanna do some stunts for the viewers watching, making sure we put on a good show, making sure we're not winning super easily. Let's make sure we get that place back though. Side through the center dividers here. Get back up in front of the Supra. Gonna make sure we kind of take a good line through this section, avoid the SUVs, avoid all the traffic. Here we go. Into the city center. Get some air time here. Whoa! Probably got a little bit squirrely over that jump. Come on. Give me the speed. Give me the power. Little 1.8 liter Miata. That's not good. Come on. I need to go faster now. We're running out of time. Box truck. Let's avoid that. Oh, we're getting really close to the end of the race. It's gonna come down to the wire. Cut through here. Oh gosh. Not good. Nope, that did not work out well for us. Yeah, one of the downsides of the first underground is the cars do not handle very well when they catch air. You have zero control over them, and they kind of begin to weigh nothing. Yeah, more than just 260 degrees there. That was the car was almost floating. Very fun. It wasn't a good result. Let's make sure you actually win this. Keep the car planted on the ground. Try to conserve our nitrous as well for whenever we make any mistakes. Hi there. Oh wow, that Eclipse is being very aggressive. Trying to run us off the road. Let's speed up a little bit through by the waterfront. Up to 6th gear. Up almost 180 miles an hour. Very quick. Oh yeah, once once we beat Need for Speed Underground, I fully intend to play all of the black box Need for Speeds. Don't worry, I will do that. Definitely. That has been the plan right from the start. So whenever we beat Underground, whether it's this stream or the next time we play Need for Speed Underground, either next Saturday or the Saturday afterwards, depending on what my plans are on Easter weekend. The very next time we do a Saturday stream, it'll be Need for Speed Underground 2, I promise, in that regards. There we go, much better. I'm actually kind of excited for some of the streams next week. On Tuesday night, we're gonna be doing a review of a bunch of different fictional racing circuits, and we're gonna be ranking them all on stream. So some of the enthusiast racing circuits, as well as some of the Gran Turismo circuits as well. I'm gonna be creating a couple of different tier maker tier lists. So that'll be fun. Extra innings. Get a baseball reference in the Need for Speed game. Be the first man to the stadium in this race. But watch out, because the ball game just got out of extra innings, and the traffic is gonna be killer. Ah, yeah, I remember. I went to an Orioles game with my wife a couple years back, and they had extra innings as well. And baseball games are already going for quite a long time. And well, it's a lot of fun to watch. Do you like the Toyota Altezza or the Lexus IS300? So we never got the Altezza here in the States. We only got the IS300. So I'm gonna go with what I know, and I'm gonna go with the IS300. Both of them are very, very nice vehicles, though. But yeah, it was an Orioles. I think it was an Orioles versus. I think it was the Orioles versus the Phillies. I think it was in Baltimore, and it was an extra innings game, and that one was very. Extra innings in general are just very, very tiresome when you're watching. You wanna make sure you get out and wanna make sure you get home because it gets late at night. So I can definitely understand the vibes of everyone. Traffic's gonna be very, very heavy as we get close to the stadium. So let's make sure we keep our eyes open, make sure we keep our car nice and under control, because there's gonna be a lot of traffic. Oh, the A86. Yeah, the A86 is definitely a really cool car as well. We got that. Funny, there was another viewer a couple days ago that was talking about the A86, and it's definitely a really, really cool car. The A86. It was partially made cool by the initial D mangas and animes and everything, but it's also really cool being a sort of a grassroots car. Like, you're using a lot of grassroots motorsports in Japan, being a lightweight, easily modifiable front engine rear-wheel drive car. Very, 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 very good in that regards. It's still maintained a very high degree of popularity. I like Toyota Altezza. Toyota Altezza is really cool too. That's part of the reason why a lot of cars during the early 2000s tuna scene, kind of there was a lot of aftermarket for like the Altezza style taillights with the clear taillights with the chrome backing and everything. That was very, very common. Got a PSP. I've never actually played any of the PSP games. I had a lot of friends in like middle school and elementary school that had the PSP, but I was never able to really afford a PSP. But I've heard there's a lot of really cool games on the PSP as well. Like the PSP and the DS really kind of revolutionized a lot of like the handheld gaming market. And you have the original, really, really nice. Very, very cool. All right, here we go. Let's get the upgraded front bumpers one. Got Wolfpack, doesn't look too bad. Spider looks okay. Type 5. Vortex looks horrific. So we're gonna be going to the level 3 bumpers. Crank actually looks the best so far. So Crank, Storm looks good too. Yeah, Crank and Storm are probably the best of the front bumpers. Let's look at the rear bumpers. Crank looks okay there. Storm looks not as great. Crank looks decent. Yeah, Storm's okay. And then the side skirts. Actually, Storm looks good on the side skirts. So yeah, we'll go with Storm. We'll go with the Storm body kits. I usually like to keep the I like to keep the body kits the same all the way around. The front, rear, and side, front bumpers, rear bumpers, and side skirts. I really enjoy a lot of that. Keeping it, you know, the same all around. Sort of make it look like it's, you know, part of an actual kit. But it's really, it looks decent. Here we go, Eddie's Posse Part 2.
Very cool. Word is that the winner of the next race gets on the cover of Hot Forbes.
Sweet. Oh man, we're getting really close to the end here, but we're also running a little bit out of time. We'll probably be going to around like 6 p.m. Eastern time, so we got another like 45 minutes. So I don't think we'll go to fully. And we may as well go to a completion. We'll try to complete this. You got 10 races. Yeah, we can do this. So some of the hardest events have already been completed. So we've got this. We can try to beat this game by the end of the stream. We'll try to beat this game by the end of the stream, unless we can run into like any major hiccups. All right, here we go. A lot of sprint races now. We want to make sure we keep up into the lead. Now let's side through the center dividers. Come on, we should be able to really. I think we'll be getting on 2 magazine covers as well for this race, for this championship. Oh gosh, because we'll have the one for the. What am I going to choose for the wide body kit? I don't know yet. We'll have to see. What options are available for us. I know that's going to be coming up soon as well. It's a shame that the wide body kit comes so late as well, because some of the wide body kits look really cool, and some of them look a little bit dated. But we will have to see which one we choose. Oh boy! All right, Chad had some issues at the intersection. Speed, give us the nitrous, give us the power. Across the line, yes, perfect. Very nice, very good. Yeah, that S2000 is very fast with Chad. Whew. Alright, next race. Here we go. We've got this. This is gonna be a little bit tricky. Like I said, the last like 10 races, the last like 20 or so races really ramp up the difficulty to the extreme, and it gets very difficult. But we're doing decently enough. We got people cheering us on. We got a very fast Miata and a mediocre driver behind the wheel of said Miata. As long as we can avoid any major incidents, we should be able to do well. Alright, come on. We've got this. This should be a very quick sprint as well. Racing through the city center. Let's go through the shopping district real quick. I do like all the lights reflecting off of the cars as well. It always makes the city look very pretty, regardless of where you're driving. And it's a lot of fun. Alright, come on. Give me the speed, give us the speed. Oh, I love the turbo sound. The upgraded turbo sound sounds amazing. Ooh, slight nudge on traffic there. Sorry about that. I'll be sure to exchange insurance information. I'll be sure to exchange insurance information with you. Come on, come on. Final couple of corners. Here we go. My favorite song from Need for Speed Underground. Ooh, that is tricky. For me, my favorite song from Need for Speed Underground is "And the Hero Will Drown." That one is definitely one of my favorites. What about you? What is your favorite song from the game? For me, I really like "The Hero Will Drown" just because it's got that fast, that high speed, as well as like the harsh vocals and the rock music as well. It really pushes you to really go as fast as possible. But I'm definitely interested to see what your favorite song from the game is and why it is your favorite as well. Definitely my favorite is "And the Hero Will Drown." 100%, such a good song. My favorite is "Get Low." Yeah, Get Low is like the signature song of this game. Really. That one's kind of sort of adds to sort of, you come from the more exotic focused supercar era previously, and now you're in the tuner era and stuff like that. It kind of adds to that that street, that hip hop culture of the early 2000s. Yeah, Get Low is definitely a good song in the game as well. I like the different vibes, like the differences between like the garage and menu songs, how they're a bit more laid back and a bit more hip hop focused. And then you have the rock and the EDM and the techno for like the racing music to really get your blood pumping. So it's a good sort of good mix between sort of the really fast paced songs and the calmer songs as well, that all kind of like set the mood and set the tone. And you see, I don't know, better program had Fabulous Youngin'. Ooh, I didn't know that. Cool. I'll have to listen to some of the beta soundtrack songs. I know there's another viewer that was talking about some of the different beta versions of like Need for Speed games being available as ISO files to download. And I did manage to find the ISO file of like the prototype for Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2. So with that one, it would be really cool to see what the differences between like the prototype or the beta version and the production version of it. Oh man, but we got our car on so many magazine covers. Oh, it's gonna be tricky. We're gonna be climbing up the rankings to the #1 spot very soon.
Sweet, you're on the cover of Hot 4.
Nice. We installed all level 3 and unique visual upgrades on the car.
Your car looks ultra sweet on
Yeah, it does. Looks really cool. I mean, won
Sweet.
all the tournaments. Yes. Very nice. Alright, let's see. Alright, 2 very difficult races. I am very familiar with both of these. Both of these are also very tricky. We got the toughest and roughest. 3 of the most aggressive drivers in a lap knockout on a track where they like to cheat the most. It's gonna be very tricky, very difficult. But we got a chance. We got a shot. We've got this. We've got this. Alright, here we go. right, let's get in front. We got a Skyline, a 350Z, and an RX-7. All very, very fast cars. Basically JDM legends. Very, very rapid. And here we are, still with a 1.8 liter little Miata. Trying to survive amidst a pack of absolute monster cars. Fun fact with the 350Z, it actually shares a lot of the same components, same engine, same chassis, with the Infiniti G35 as well. So if 350Zs are a little bit unattainable for a vehicle, if you're looking for like a vehicle to tune or a sporty car to have, the G35 may be another alternative as well. Depending on pricing and availability and insurance costs and everything like that. Ooh, okay. Do not try to use the tapping the nitrous on the turns. That gets the car to slide a little bit. We don't want to slide too much. All right, Ishii. That's the 350Z. Wow. Yeah, both the FC and FD RX-7 are really, really cool. Oh man, we really need to catch up to Ishii. Ishii is absolutely flying through here. Come on. We really need to catch Ishii. Ishii is Chastain maneuver. Here we go. Hail Melon. Oh gosh. Wall ride. That's not going well. That's not going well for us. The AI kind of yeeted a box truck right into our way. Oh, we're not gonna be able to catch. We're not gonna be able to catch the RX-7, are we? Was that the RX-7 or was that the Skyline? Isaac Umbras, what's your thoughts on the new Motorfest? Motorfest? Motorfest. That is... that's a PC racing game that just came out recently, right? I have not seen it. I've not really watched a whole lot of it. But from what it looks interesting. I definitely want to try it out a bit. I wanna see. It's definitely a game that I wanna try out a little bit. But I'm not fully researched up on that. Isn't it the same people? Isn't that Motorfest? That's the same people that made by the same people that made Wreckfest, right? Let me check that real quick. My apologies. Motorfest. Oh, the crew Motorfest. I'm sorry. I apologize. Yeah, the new crew. All right, that actually looks really, really cool. Yeah, that actually looks really, really, really cool. I want to try that out. It's kind of got a like if you're familiar with the Test Drive Unlimited games. If you're familiar with those, it's a lot of. It has a lot of the same vibes as those Test Drive, the Test Drive Unlimited games with the open world set in Oahu, with a lot of like high-end supercars and everything. It may end up being a bit of like a spiritual successor to the Test Drive Unlimited games, but also with Test Drive Solarcon coming out as well, being set in Hong Kong. It'll be 2023 has its potential to be a very, very interesting year for racing games. And the thoughts on Sony to show everything to the FCC. FTC for the third party. That I have no knowledge on, so I apologize. I definitely need to keep up to date a bit more on modern gaming news, especially if I'm going to be playing a lot more modern racing games in the near future. But in that regards, I do not nearly know enough to form an informed opinion on that. So I do apologize if that sounds like a non-answer, but I don't want to give an opinion on something that I do not know nearly enough about. So I don't want to end up misleading or giving wrong information. But I will have to read up on that. I might try to read up on that after this race and collect my thoughts from what I'm able to see. Come on, easy. All right, there we go. Bye bye RX-7. Oh, don't turn into me SUV. I got 1.25 laps left. Oh boy, very, very tricky. We've got 0 nitrous. These are the last of that. So basically, if we make any mistakes, we are done for, because this is a track where the AI likes to be very, very cheatsy. Oh boy, okay. I do have a PS5, and I did get Gran Turismo 7. I have played it a little bit. I basically played through the main career mode. But I'm not a big fan of GT7. GT7 was a bit of a disappointment for me. Partially due to the lack of single player content, the always online features, the horrific in-game economy. It's a shame because underneath all of that, the racing itself, like the vehicle handling, the track design, is all really, really good. Like, it has the potential to be, you know, just like Gran Turismo 4, but like, you know, on the PS5, you know, with a lot of cars, a lot of content and everything. And I do hope that they do add lots of single player content. As it stands right now, GT7 is a bit of a disappointment. And it's a shame because, like I said, underneath all of the bloat and the lack of features and the lack of single player content, there is a really, really good racing game underneath of it. You like Automotive Lisa? Automotive Lisa is such an underrated game. I really like Automotive Lisa. It was one of the first games I streamed on the channel. It's very, very fun. We got to drive our rotary swap Miata in that one. But hang on a second. I have to look up the Sony FTC third party. Let me pull that up real quick. Give me 1 second. The rumor's working on the next Gran Turismo game. Well, that means there'll probably be at least one Gran Turismo game before 2030 then. If you're familiar with the development, timeline of Gran Turismo games, it does take a very, very long time to develop Gran Turismo games. I do hope that they either fix GT7 or they are able to really, really kind of bring Gran Turismo back to form with a new one afterwards. But they have lost a bit of trust. But hang on a second, let me read this real quick. Sony needed to produce all of its documents related to third-party deals from 2018 to the present. Despite the company's attempts to have the quest thrown out, the Federal Trade Commission judge has ruled. Version of the FTC. It seems part of the defense planning process ahead of the FTC lawsuit against Microsoft going to attempt to acquire Activision building a $69 billion deal. Nice. A very funny number there. Sony argued that such a request is no variant of producing documents to be a burden. Sony also requested not to produce files sent by specific Sony employees, like maintaining that some of these documents were in Japanese and be difficult to search through. That's a bit of a weak defense. The judge and I both these requests Sony filed order, but did limit the scope of Microsoft's document request. Sony only needed to produce documents in 2018 order. The cause is regular since many entities concerns with active infringement stems. So this is also tied to a lot of the Microsoft purchasing a lot of third-party developers for Microsoft exclusivity. And in that regards, that is a bit frustrating, because on one hand, while console exclusives are really, really good at selling consoles, it also means, especially for people like when I was a kid, my family was quite poor. So we were sort of like a one console house, and even then we were like late adopters of like those consoles as well, like after those consoles have been out for a few years. So having multiple games that you won't be able to play with your friends without purchasing multiple consoles, in that regards, I don't think that's very good for gamers. I think that is very, very frustrating business practices, and I would advocate against doing that. Because as well, for a game developer side of things, while you do get backing from a first-party publisher, you do lose a big player base by catering only to 1 or 2 consoles as opposed to a few similar consoles and putting them to each. But I do hope that whatever comes of this and of the FTC investigations, that it is beneficial to gamers as well, because as of late the gaming industry as well hasn't really been focusing a lot on the actual end consumer. It's mostly been focusing on profits and games journalists. Do I think Microsoft become a monopoly? Probably not a monopoly, but I do think there is a potential for Microsoft to definitely get a bit too big for its britches. One of the things though, with a company buying up a massive amount of IPs, is it also adds a lot of weight, it adds a lot of bloat to the company. And you do kind of see this a bit with Disney right now, where they bought up a whole bunch of studios, they bought up a whole bunch of IPs, but they didn't really use a lot of the talent to keep those IPs, to keep goodwill in the heart of the consumers. And as you see, Disney right now is bleeding profits left, right, and center. And I imagine, granted, I am no financial guru, but I imagine that Disney may end up selling some of those IPs and selling off some of those assets in order to kind of stem the bleeding. And though those IPs may be potentially may go back to being more independent or owned by another smaller company. And I think potentially with the gaming industry also being kind of in the same boat as like the film industry as well, that you do have the risk of companies getting too big, that they do kind of collapse under their own weight, and they have to kind of then sell off certain IPs as well to kind of stay afloat. Because with movies and with video games, while they are very, very nice, they are subject to more elastic demand. So when people don't want to play the new games, if people have options for playing some of these older games, or playing like independently created racing games or independently created games in general, then these companies, even if they do have a major share in the market, they're going to be losing quite a bit of money, and it will show in game sales. Forza Horizon dying because it uses old assets from previous games. I don't think that is the sole reason that people are getting kind of tired with Forza Horizon. A lot of those assets are still very, very high quality. I think, and granted, I'm not nearly as familiar with the Forza Horizon franchise, but I think looking at like the news and everything like that, I think it's more so that it's the other content around the reusing of assets that's getting people to kind of lose a bit of good faith from the Forza Horizon devs, where, you know, every game begins to kind of feel samey. There isn't really any revolution within the Forza Horizon franchise. The maps kind of begin to feel kind of samey as well. Even the DLCs, like the rally DLC, it doesn't really have the focus on being like an actual rally racing DLC. Like, the roads are mostly tarmac. Like, there isn't really any focus on like the actual car culture of Mexico. There isn't really any focus on, like, you know, having like a Baja desert style rally or a lot more like off-roading sections. I think it's more so that the developers just, I think, aren't really getting their priorities right with Forza Horizon, or they're trying to focus too much on capturing everyone, that they kind of alienate, and instead alienate everyone and just kind of produce a mediocre game, because they don't really have any focus on like a specific market. Because that's the thing. You do need to understand demographics. You do need to understand who is buying your stuff and why. You cannot make something that appeals to everyone. Now that Motorfest and Test Drive Unlimited are coming, yeah, I do think, hopefully, if Test Drive and Motorfest are very, very good, I do think this has the potential to either to kind of be the shot in the arm that the Forza Horizon devs need to really kind of refocus and look at, you know, what the competition is doing, and realize, oh, we've been sitting on our laurels just a little bit too long. We need to really kind of innovate. And that's why I'm hoping that these are good, because my philosophy, even outside of economics, just in general, is that competition breeds greatness and innovation. And that is why, that is dreadful. That is why in motorsports, during the 2021 season, when it was Max Verstappen versus Lewis Hamilton, and everyone, you know, the Max Verstappen stands and the Lewis Hamilton stands were kind of at each other's throats on the social medias, I was the type to kind of go, well, no, I think we should really appreciate the other, because we're getting such good racing. We're getting a really, really close season. And it came down to like the very last lap, regardless of whether you were, you know, a Max fan or a Lewis fan. Like, that was one of the most exciting seasons in a very, very long time. Like, that had elements of like the 2008 season between Lewis Hamilton and Felipe Massa, or the 2012 season between Fernando Alonso and Sebastian Vettel. Competition, to have a rival, allows basically everyone to win, because it makes things exciting. It keeps you on your toes. You really need to be at your best game, because your rival is also going to be at their best game as well. And I think that also applies a bit to game development and just sort of economics in general. That's why I encourage multiple different entries within like a genre. I think it's really, really good. So I'm generally hoping that both of those games are really, really good. A test drive element on the PSP. Oh, that's awesome. I wonder how the PSP is able to handle. Bruh. That was a dive bomb if I've ever seen one. That was bravo driver in the 350Z. We got majorly dive bomb there. And the Miata, we got kind of pinned up against the wall there. We got cabadoned. Wow. I've never seen a dive bomb that bad from the AI before. That was horrific. All right, that's karma. We managed to wreck the S2000 there. We only have the RX-7. RX-7 had a little bit of issues there as well at the construction yard. Yeah, outside of the Chinatown track, this is the other track that really, the AI really rubber band a lot on and are a bit cheatsy on. I don't know what it is about these two tracks, but these are the two more difficult tracks to race against the really fast AI. Like other tracks, it's not too bad, but this track and the Chinatown track are very tricky. Adding into the fact that there's no traffic as well, or a very small amount of traffic, and it makes it really difficult to kind of keep the AI behind us, because the AI drives quite nearly perfectly and has more grip than we can ever hope for, and they just absolutely shoot themselves up into the lead. Like they take these corners so much faster than we ever could. Come on, give us the speed. There we go. All right, RX-7 had some issues. We had to kind of use a little bit of a cheatsy line there, using a bit of the wall. Oh, okay, up into the lead. Now to give an instance of just how bad the rubber banding is in this game, especially on hard mode, do keep an eye on the timing card in the top right. So right now, the RX-7 is about 5 seconds ahead of us, 5 seconds behind us. And already, they have already gained about 1.5 seconds. After completely spinning and getting stuck in the wall, they are now 3 seconds behind us and rapidly closing. And I am going like full tilt in the Miata as well. Like I'm going as fast as I possibly can. And already we can see the RX-7 in the map. They are that close to us already. And while they do make a few mistakes through the skate park, they will still gradually get closer and closer to us. And it is going to be really, really tricky. It's going to be very difficult. Because they are already within 2 seconds now. They are right on our tail. Within a lap and a half of them crashing out completely, they are back on our tail. You know a enthusiast? I'm not familiar with a enthusiast. Let's drive a little bit dirty with the RX-7. There we go. Cause a little bit of issues for them. And this is also turning out to be a very tricky race. Very, very difficult. We just have to really watch our speed through here. Basically, watch our corners, take it as close to a perfect line as possible. Don't do that. Bad, Isaac. That was very, very bad. But that being said, Hunter, I'm always interested to hear your opinions as well on like how like Microsoft as well, because I could be very, like I said, I can be very, very wrong. And it is always interesting to see like other points of view as well, if people think differently, think the same, or have a slightly differing opinion. Because it definitely adds to the discussion. Favorite Gundam games. So I have not actually played any Gundam games. I should. It'd be kind of fun to dive into that genre. Because especially one of my roommates in college was really into Gundam and like mechs in general. And watching him, he played like the Titanfall games as well, which looked super cool. But I've never actually played any Gundam games. That'd be kind of cool to try out as well. I mostly play racing games, but I do want to kind of use this channel as an excuse to kind of try other genres and other games that I have not previously played. Have I played Need for Speed Most Wanted? I have indeed played Need for Speed Most Wanted. It is definitely up there among one of my favorite Need for Speed games. I really enjoy the PS2 version of that. And I've heard there's a couple of fun mods for the PC version, like the Pepega mod, that I may want to try out as well. And if I can get a PC version working, that is definitely on the to-do list. It is a big to-do list. But I do want to try that. I do also want to kind of branch out into some just chatting streams too, which this Tuesday night we're gonna be ranking a lot of like the different fictional racing circuits from both the Enthusiast and the Gran Turismo franchises, all the fictional circuits there. That'll be fun. Be very fun. Oh, that was a very tricky event. Wow. All right, Drift Devil, here we go. We're getting really close to being able to get up into the top spot of the rankings. Good job, thank you, Shark. All right, now we get to have a little bit of fun, let our hair down. Get to really enjoy sliding around, doing some skids for the kids. And our fully upgraded Miata. Good luck on the drifting, thank you. Oh, all right, slight tap on the wall there. Great start. Don't wanna, you know, go too far ahead of the AI too early. Want to give them just a little bit. Want to give them just a little bit of hope before we crush their dreams. All part of the plan. all part of our plan. Alright, easy. Alright, spin the car around. I forgot the car. The car is a bit lighter, and it's a bit twitchier. So I need to watch that. I can't quite flick the car nearly as much as I did previously without it spinning. I need to kind of use a little bit shallower angles. There we go, much better. Come on, keep the speed, keep the speed. Down in first gear. I've lost a little bit of a multiplier by going a little bit slow through there. One of the downsides is the minimum speed for your multiplier is directly tied to vehicle performance. So for some of the tighter drift tracks, it's a little bit difficult to score very, very high with like a fully tuned car because you need to go very, very, very fast on the hairpins. And it's a little bit faster than you can actually travel through the hairpins while drifting. And we're definitely having a little bit of difficulty here. But we've got this. There we go. Give me the speed. Alright, Kansai Driftu into the tight turn. Alright, I think we won that. I was almost a little bit closer. Ooh, that was actually very close. Well done. I'm surprised that Tiburon, of all cars, is that good at drifting. But wow. There we go. Managed to really get the points there at the end. Very good, very good. Whew. All right. We have a few events left. It's getting close to 6 as well. All right, let's see. The rotary, all up against the Braps. 3 RX-7s, and we got a Miata. The 3 rotaries versus the little brother Miata, little bro Miata. Oh boy, this is gonna be tricky because the rotaries, the RX-7 is actually a half decent drag car in this game. It's decent enough. Oh, everyone's ears must be absolutely hurting though when these things light off. Get all the Braps. Bravo. Good job, Taxi. You saw a whole bunch of cars coming. And what do you decide to do? I decided to turn immediately into our path. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy, come on, give me the speed. Neck and neck up into the final stretch. It's a good thing the AI can't quite handle the jumps.
Eddie's up to something. I know it. Don't sweat it though. I still got your back.
It's good that Jose's got our back. Jose has always been the best bro. But we are going to be very. We're right on the precipice of being the #1 ranked racer in every single discipline. #1 racer, drag king, drift champ, and sprint supremacy. We are so close.
This is it. I'm shutting you down.
Let's do it, drag race. We're already in drag race mode. Now we're going. This one's gonna be tricky because this is the highway 1 reverse. So we're going against traffic as opposed to with traffic, and we're gonna be going very fast. So we really need to do well. Alright, Celica, we can beat the Celica. S2000 will be difficult, and Todd's Eclipse was gonna be just a bit tricky. You didn't see that. That didn't happen. Nope. Nope. Ah, come on. Come on. We got this. We need... Oh, we're like right at... No. I couldn't see what lane that the van was. Alright, we got this though. It's gotta get up into the slipstream of the S2000. Oh, that was very close. Okay, #1 in the drag racing scene.
Can't believe it. That was so freaking weak. Eddie's freaking all over me. Man, I'm going on vacation.
Bye, Todd. The Celica blew an engine. We were going so fast there. Top speed, 213 miles an hour. World's fastest Miata. Wow. All right, number one drag racer. 1 down, 3 to go before Eddie. Oh yeah, we gotta race off against TJ as well, the junk man.
I can't believe you made it to the #2 spot in sprint. Forget about you.
Miata-chan sugoi. Oh gosh, yeah, the Miata is very, very quick. Miata's a good car to take you from the start to the finish of the game. Very, 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 very fun car. Now we got some sprint events. Let's get #1 in the sprints. Here we go. Alright, RSX and an Impreza as well. All good cars. Give us the speed, give us grip, give us the handling. Gotta be very, very nimble, scythe our way through traffic. Oh gosh, SUV there. Don't want to hit the SUV. Come on, we've got this. We don't got this. Bravo, Isaac. Come on, give me the speed. We're getting so close to the #1 spot though. This will be #1 for #1 in the sprints. And we just got the drift and the circuit events afterwards. Then we race up against TJ, then Eddie, and then I believe the final event afterwards, Melissa, if I remember correctly. There may be 1 or 2 other events afterwards. Oh, I should stream. I should stream some of the old Gran Turismo games as well. I want to do that. I do want to play. I have 3 and 4 already on the emulator, and if I didn't recently 100% 3, just before becoming debuting as a VTuber, I definitely will be playing 3 as like one of the first games I stream. I do want to play Gran Turismo 3 soon though. 4 and 5 is a bit more tricky because 5 requires the RPC S3, the PS3 emulator, or a good HD capture card, either or. And then 4 is difficult because it's got the Mission 34. Now I'm not sure if you're in the US or North or South America, or if you're in like Europe, or what region you're from. But the NTS-U, so the North American version, and the NTS-J. Do I have a PS3? I do have a PS3, yes. It is in very poor condition now. I definitely should do some rebuilds on it before I attempt to stream with that. Let's have a great texture. Well, welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a great day. Best body kit from the Miata. Yeah, the Miata is looking so good.
You slide into that wall.
All right, time to take down Dirt. Dirt is super chill. Like, Dirt is like one of the few racers outside like Jose that has like just always been chill with us. Like, Dirt is also a bro. And the fact that he became #1 drift racer as well, like, that is really cool. Like, he is a nice guy that does not finish last because for a time, he was the best drift racer. Should Gran Turismo go back to like 4 and 5? Yes. I think they definitely need to focus more on the single player experience. At the very least, they need to have it so that no matter what car you have, there is a race event that you can enter and be competitive in. That is what Gran Turismo 3 and 4 did really, really well. Is that no matter what car you picked, you had the ability to be competitive. And that is what I miss from that is what's missing from the new Gran Turismos, specifically 7, because half the cars in the game, like let's say you grind up for like that Alfa Romeo 8C, that classic Alfa Romeo 8C, you spend the $20 million on the Alfa Romeo 8C. What events can you use that in? What events can that be competitive in? Like there is next to nothing that you can really race it win and have fun. Like, sure, it's great to have it as part of your collection. It's great to kind of read up on the history of that. But if I only wanted to read up on the history of cars, I just go look at Wikipedia or go read a history book. Like Gran Turismo, while it is part of celebrating vehicle history and everything, and it is a key aspect, the other key aspect is being able to race the cars and being able to drive and sort of experience the cars yourself, as opposed to just letting them sit in your garage. Ironically, it kind of becomes the real car collector simulator at that point, which I don't think Kazunori Yamauchi initially intended, but that's what eventually happened. So there is body kits in 7, and that is one thing that I do like, is the customization in 7. But there isn't really much of a reason to customize as well, because it's just... Oh gosh, that was terrible. There isn't really a whole lot of reason to customize in 7. And there is some vehicle damage, like your car does get scraped up and everything, but like bumpers don't fall off. You can get temporary engine damage, which does slow you down if you hit the wall hard enough in certain events. But even then, it's kind of... There isn't like, you know, permanent vehicle damage in Gran Turismo 7. Though there is stuff like engine wear and chassis wear and stuff that you do need to repair or replace the chassis with. But it's so expensive to do that. For some vehicles, you're better off just buying a brand new car as opposed to replacing the engine. Sometimes the engine costs as much or even more than the car itself. And it's a little bit silly. Like they did some things, like the driving itself is really, really good. And the 1 hour missions, the human comedy missions, some of the most fun I've had in a racing game in a long time. But the actual like meat and potatoes of the game, it's not that fun. Hang on 1 second, I will read that in just 1 split second. The car manufacturer said that they don't want to see car damage in video games. Yeah, that is true, and that does make procuring the licenses difficult. So in that regards, I don't mind too much if there is vehicle damage or not. I can take it or leave it. But even then, like, just the lack of racing events in Gran Turismo 7 definitely is a bit of a letdown. Like, there is more content, there is more race events in Gran Turismo 4, and technically even Gran Turismo 3, than there is in GT7. Like, why is that the case? Because I don't always want to play online with other people. Sometimes I want to, you know, enjoy a race against the AI and have a decent, clean race against the AI without worrying about Joe Schmo from Canada crashing into me on a corner. Yeah, there isn't really any snow or dirt events either in Gran Turismo 7. There's like three different dirt courses, and they're all carryovers from GT Sports, and it's not great. I don't. GT7 could have been really, really good, and that is what's frustrating because it isn't. But it really could have, and I wish it did. I really wish it was.
I'm the top dog in circuit rankings. I'm gonna enjoy knocking you down.
We'll be up against Kurt now. Here we go. Final race for the #1 spot, so we can be #1 across the board, and then take down Eddie, TJ, and Melissa, all of them. This is gonna be fun. We've got this. We've got this. We've got this. Give us a speed. Do a little bit of off-roading here. Or not. I also like how this one is only 1-on-1 against the #1 ranked racer. Like all the other races, you're up against multiple opponents. This one, you're just up against Kurt, which is interesting how they kind of changed that. It would have been cool to kind of be just 1-on-1 against every single #1 racer, thinking like we are the last two best drivers. Here we go. Let's actually do well now. No more crashing into taxis. No more collisions. None of that. Fully clean race mode now. Actual circuit mode. Circuit King Isaac. Here we go. Use a bit of nitrous. Oh, very, very close there. Get right up against the AI traffic. Oh man, can you imagine? You're just a normal normal commuter going to your night shift, and then a brightly colored Mazda Miata comes flying past you. Do you think Sony forced them to release it and then do DLC with the cars? They said they want to do another 80 in a dealership, the full game, and they didn't really add. I didn't want to add a lot DLC cars. I mean, even if Sony did force them, the lack of events, like the sheer amount of events you can create with the custom event creator in GT7, the lack of events for all the different types of cars that are in the game, I think it's a travesty, and I think really they're not really. I think they kind of took it the wrong way. I think they tried to focus too much on the history of the cars and teaching people about cars and everything, that they didn't really understand why people fell in love with cars in the first place. And that's because, for me and a lot of other people that love the Gran Turismo games, is because they found a car in the game that they really, really liked, and they enjoyed driving it. They enjoyed tuning it. They enjoyed entering events with it and feeling like they're progressing up the ladder. In GT7, there is none of that. You have the menu books, which essentially it's just, do this. Congratulations, here's why you should care about this. Do that. Congratulations, here's why you should care about that. And it feels more like a checklist than anything else. Ooh, here we go. TJ messed up Samantha's ride. Let's beat him, get it back, and make amends. Perfect. Hi, TJ. We got this. Let's beat the junk man. Oh, it's a shame. They should bring back the campaign from Gran Turismo in the next Gran Turismo. At the very least, they should look. They should look at what made Gran Turismo 2, 3, and 4 so good, and it was just how open-ended it was. You can kind of take whatever path you wanted through most of those races. And as long as you eventually end up with 100%, the game was happy with you. But with the new Gran Turismo, it holds your hand, and it kind of forces you on a set path, so it makes the game less replayable. and it also makes it, you know, not as fun because you don't really get to make it your career. It's the career the game has set up before you instead. And I think they should really like take a couple weeks, go back, play Gran Turismo 2, 3, and 4, and really kind of see why those games are held in such high regards nearly 2 decades later. And I think if they have the self-awareness to do that, I think the next Gran Turismo, or whatever updates to do to Gran Turismo 7, can be genuinely good. Because they have the ability to make a really, really good game. They have shown promise time and time again. I know, I have full trust they can make a good game, but they have chosen not to. And that's heartbreaking. You play through this in 2020. It's always fun to kind of revisit the different older racing games as well, to kind of have that nostalgia, and also to kind of see how well the game holds up as well. Like Underground holds up surprisingly well in terms of racing physics, in terms of the track design and everything. The rubber band AI is definitely a little bit of a nuisance, and the fact that the cars don't handle well if they get airborne. But other than that, like, this game is a solid like 8.5 out of 10, even by today's standards. Like, it is really a really good game. And that's the thing, it's just a good, simple game that focused entirely on, we want people to enjoy driving tuner cars fast. How do we best allow them to drive tuner cars fast? And that is what made the game so good. There's no extra, like, needless rubbish. Like, it's just about enjoying driving fast cars fast. And slow cars fast as well, before you upgrade your car. There we go. We have lots of speed. We are absolutely smearing TJ up against the wall right now. Like, this is super easy. This is very easy. We're coming to our final lap here shortly. And TJ is still 6 seconds behind. But what about you, Hunter? What is your opinion on the direction that Gran Turismo should take? Do you think it should focus more so, kind of revert back to the past a bit with the older campaign modes, or do you think it should kind of look to the future and kind of have a more structured, more directional career mode instead? Like, what do you think should be the future of Gran Turismo? How much of that should be online? How much of that should be offline? What is your thoughts on that? So I'm always interested to hear what the viewers think about, you know, the different games as well, and which directions they should take. Because ultimately, most of us, the vast majority of us, are here because we are racing game fans. No matter what, we're here because we love racing games, and we want to have good games. We want to have a lot of fun playing these games. We want what is best for the racing game genre. So it is always good to hear the other opinions of other people that really want a good racing game. We have so we have 2 kits now, the 2 wide body kits. We got Vapor and we got Mantis. Mantis almost looks kind of like a Demented RX-7 a little bit. I don't like the Mantis too much. Vapor looks a bit better, I think. I'm gonna go with the Vapor. Vapor looks a little bit better. Both of them, oh, excuse me, sorry. Both of them are a little bit too out there, but still. Here we go, the Wrath of Eddie. This race is actually really easy.
Hi there, racer. Miss me? What you pulled to get at Eddie made me freak. But I thought about it, and if I was in your place, I probably would have done the same. Unfreaking believable. Stuff Magazine is doing a feature on street tuners. Want a picture of your car with a hot chick on the cover?
I want a picture of my car with some hot chick on the cover. Yes, please. We get to beat Eddie. Here we go. We'll get to race against Eddie with a wide body Miata. Best Miata. Widest, fastest Miata in the world. Up against Eddie in his Skyline. We've got this one already. Give me the speed. Oh, we got a wide boy Miata. Oh, Eddie, you're being a little bit aggressive there, buddy. I'm not sure you want to do that. Bye, Eddie. All right, time to win this now. Ironically, this event is so much easier than Crit's Killer Ride or the 7-lap event around the city center. Like, this is actually a much easier event. Partially because the Skyline itself isn't all that great on sprint or circuit events. And also because the AI doesn't really handle this section right here with the center dividers all that well. You can gain a lot of time with them by the waterfront. But we're going very quick. Super fast Miata. Here we go. Downshift the gear. Final couple of corners. Here we go. Oh, Eddie is actually trying to challenge us. Over the jump. Across the line, in the air, and backwards. Yes. Beautiful. We took down Eddie. Yes. Should Gran Turismo remove the ticket system? Yes. That or at the very least make it so that no matter which it has equal odds of the different prizes, because you know that it's weighted in favor of the worst possible prize, which kind of feels like a joke. But if it's weighted equally for every possible prize, it feels more so like a reward for, hey, good job playing the game. Awesome. And here we go, the final race. Final race against Melissa. The legend of the street. Whoever's driving that mean 350Z wants to take you down bad. Don't let it happen. But yeah, I definitely, I don't mind the tickets too much if like they had equal chance for every prize, but they don't, which is unfortunate. But if they did, it would be a lot of fun. It would be a lot better. It would be much better received. But currently, the reason I'm not really well received is because it's weighted so heavily in favor of the worst possible, the lowest value prize. Let's make sure we save our nitrous, because that 350Z is going to be very, very challenging on this course. And good luck. This is the last race. Thank you. I'm going to need this luck. Final race against Melissa. Come on. Give me the speed. Easy, easy, easy. Let's make sure we keep Melissa behind us. The 350Z is a very, very fast car as well. Through the corners and the twisty bits. Hi there, Melissa. Oh boy, come on. We've got this. We've got this. Give me the speed. I got a big ramp up ahead. Oh boy. Okay, come on, come on, come on. Speed. Easy. Wow, okay. Melissa's going fast. Melissa's going very, very fast to that corner. I don't know how the AI can handle that corner going that fast on that corner. They definitely push the cars. They definitely can corner much faster than you. Because even doing the Ross Chastain maneuver, the Hail Melons, it is still very, very tricky. We may have to Hail Melon. We're gonna Hail Melon. Hail Melon! Oh my gosh, yo, look how fast she is going. Alright, let's cut in front here. Oh boy, come on. So fast though. Like, I am pushing this car to the absolute limit. And no matter what, she's just yeeting herself to victory. And even doing some Hail Melons, even doing, you know, some cheatsy tactics. Like, we are steadily losing time to her. So next, let's play racing game. So of course we'll be continuing to do we'll be continuing to do more of the Need for Speed series, the Black Box area Need for Speeds. So on Saturdays, that'll be, next one will be Underground 2. But also we do a couple other racing games as well. This Monday, if I can get the ISO working, I'm still trying to get that working. This Monday we'll be playing the PS2 version of One Gone Midnight. This Sunday will be Car Mechanic Simulator. Tuesday we'll be doing a review of fictional racing tracks. Wednesday is Final Fantasy X, because I do want to kind of don't want to pigeonhole myself into just being a racing game VTuber, but I do want to mostly play racing games. Friday will be Grand Theft Auto 3. Thursday's Enthusiast. I'm not sure about this this coming up Saturday though. This coming up Saturday is Easter weekend, so I may be out with family. I have to double check my schedule. So there may be no stream this coming up Saturday, but afterwards, the Saturday's stream slot should be Need for Speed Underground 2 for the playthrough. That'll be a lot of fun. But right now, let's focus on winning this race. Let's focus on making sure we get way ahead of Melissa. And if she does try to pass us, let's put her into a wall. Because, wow, the AI cheats so much on this track. Like, they go so much faster than you ever could. Let's also make sure we save our nitrous as well. So it looks like she may have had some issues. She may have ran into some trouble, because she's 14 seconds behind now. Favorite car from the 90s for all over the world. That is a tricky one. From the 90s. There is a couple, in no particular order. One of them is definitely the Ferrari F355. The FDRX7. The Corvette Grand Sport. And probably also the Lotus Elise. Probably is some of my, and the Esprit. Definitely are among some of my favorites from around the world of the 90s. What about you? What are some of your favorite 90s cars? So the 90s had some really, really good vehicles as well. Really, really cool cars. And I definitely love a lot of my 80s, my 90s cars. To be fair, I love cars in general. Cars in general are just so much fun. So whenever people ask, you know, what's your favorite car? I feel like the answer always changes, because it always depends a little bit on my mood of what my favorites are. But I'm always interested to hear what the other viewers, other people in the community's favorite vehicles are as well. Because sometimes people are a lot more steadfast in what their favorites are. So I definitely looking forward to hearing what you guys' favorite 90s cars are. JDM, European, American, doesn't matter. A lot of cool designs. Oh my gosh, Melissa is catching us up very quickly. Come on, we gotta hold on to the lead. Oh, she is catching us though. She is catching us very quickly. Come on. Final lap for the final race in Need for Speed Underground. We gotta push. You've gotta push. Come on, Miata. Nope, nope. Come on, 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 come on. That was bad. That was a bad corner. Dump the nitrous. Carry as much speed as you can through the shopping center into the tight alleyways. Up to the drawbridge. Come on, final couple of corners. Here we go. Here we go. We've got this. Come on. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes! Woo! Oh, finally. We did it. We took down Melissa. We are now the legends of the street. We are the legends of Olympic City. Oh my gosh. Sweet. Alright, for you, this is the Skyline R34. Oh, the Mine Skyline R34. Nice. The IROC, another good choice. The Chevelle. Oh, the Chevelle, the older. I like the Chevelle as well. The Chevelle, the GM A bodies, and the M3 BMW. Very, very nice. Yeah, I like the E46 M3. That one is very, very, very beautiful car. Fun fact about the Chevelle and the GM A bodies. We completed Need for Speed Underground. Yeah, we did. Fun fact about the A bodies though, which include the Chevelle and the El Camino. For a time, they were some of them were assembled right here in my close to my hometown in Baltimore, which is really, really cool. So the GM A bodies are sort of like the hometown hero, which is really, really, really cool. Oh my gosh! But we beat underground mode. Oh my gosh, sweet. Oh. Oh wow. Okay. I'm probably gonna be ending the stream here. I'll be sure to get a schedule out shortly, probably after dinner. I need to make a few adjustments, and I need to double check if I'm going to be having a stream this coming up Saturday or not. I'm also going to be trying this weekend to make a Discord link for the channel for anyone who wants to join. Is welcome to. Stuff to talk about cars and motorsport and all that stuff. So that could be fun. It's been a long time coming. What's your thoughts on the BMW, the M3 GTR? I love the car. I love that car a lot. It was... to be fair, I love a lot of homologation specials in general. Which is, the vehicle is designed basically entirely to enter and win racing events. And the M3 GTR is one of those, which is super cool. It's also why the GT1 era of racing during the 90s was one of my favorite eras of endurance racing. But what's your opinion on the M3 GTR? I know that's a bit of a polarizing vehicle in the motorsports world because some people like it, some people don't like it because they thought it was kind of against the spirit of the rules. Some people think it's a bit overhyped because of. You enjoyed the live stream. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you. I always like talking to people in the streams and everything. It means a lot to me to be able to actually stream to people that do want to watch and everything, and always talking back as well. Very, very fun. Oh man. Yeah, I do need to work on the schedule a little bit for this coming up week, but I have to see what I'm doing this Saturday, if I'm going to be streaming this coming up Saturday. But the rest of the week should have streams though, so I'll be getting that posted on the channel and on the socials, on the Twitter, on the Reddit and stuff. Take care, everyone. Should they reveal the M3 GTR? Oh, like a new M3 GTR? I'm not sure. I mean, I always like performance versions of cars. So if they have another M3 GTR in the works, I would love to see that. That'd be cool. That being said, though, I'm gonna be ending the stream here. I do need to get dinner. So it is around 6:30 here. And I will be posting the schedule shortly afterwards, so around that time period. So thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the stream, do be sure to like, subscribe. Let me know what I'm doing well in the comments below. If you did like the stream, let me know what I'm doing poorly, and I will try to fix that in the future. That being said, thank you again so much for watching. I've been Isaac Umbras. Wherever you're in the world, whatever time of day it is for you, I do hope it is a great time, and I will see you on the next stream. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye!